Right,
No turning
let's
back.
do it. Let go.
Bro, she's a call girl. It's an inside joke. Forgiato podcast.
Somebody will get it.
Hey, we're live.
She said she's feeling nice. Hey, gang, baby.
Yo, yo.
Sorry, man. I'm mixing up my shows. God damn it. All right, let's start over again. gang, baby. You already know what it is. I'm Sal's the Prophet.
I'm B Show.
And I'm Jonesy.
Yeah. And together with a 4G Audio podcast. So as you can see, we're not all in the same place at the same time. For those of you guys who watch us on the regular, who understand what's going on, I'm in BC. I'm in Richmond right now. So we're not in studio. We don't have a guest. Bully Zone might come through a little bit later. We'll see what's up. But yeah, no. So we came out here again. Came to see what's going on. I didn't book a guest. I was actually trying to figure something out, but I said, fuck it. I figured we just talk about this. This is what's going on right now. But when we come back, we got that fucking episode with Mayaf that we fucking didn't do the other day.
That's right. We rescheduled that.
So that'll be happening when I come back on the 27th. Gang! All right. Any motherfucking way, guys. How you doing?
Oh, I'm well, man. How are you?
I'm very good.
Is
Jonesy
It's been a hot
back to work
week
after your injury?
Oh yeah, man. Back to work. Back to regular life. Getting back to, the grind, as they say.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Right on, though. That's good, man.
Bisho, you're saying it's been hot lately?
Oh,
It's been fucking
brutal.
super hot here, man.
Yeah.
Like, if
Has that
like
affected your lungs, Jonesy? Oh, sorry.
Oh, good call. No.
I mean, not as much as I thought it might, actually, to be honest with you. Like, getting back to work, like the first couple of days, I'm like, I'm just gonna take it easy. I'm not gonna, go too hard. But
overwork it, yeah.
But yeah, like I say, one of our guys quit, so it's sort of like I'm picking up the slack of an extra guy now.
Yeah.
So no matter
that
what,
sucks.
it's hard work, and I guess just taking more breaks and drinking lots of water, not trying to stay hydrated and whatever. But as far as the heat and the humidity goes, like it's not affected my breathing too much, which I'm thankful
That's
for.
good. You think it'd be like harder on your lungs, so that's good.
That's what I was thinking too, especially like not only starting back to work, but starting back to work on a fucking humid week or whatever.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm a tough guy over here. I heal good.
Yeah,
I got this
that's
pen.
good then.
Where I remember I bought that camera last time I was here.
Yeah.
I went in there to check out some shit because we happened to be there. We were at the Tattoo. Shout out Cheap Sleazy Baby Gang. At the Tattoo. But so yeah, I went there and I bought the camera last time we were here. They had like this Marvel character. And then whenever I went home, I watched the movie Black Widow with my son.
Oh yeah.
And he liked it and shit. But then I started thinking, I'm like, is this Marvel character? Because it was a girl character like in a box and shit. So I was like, maybe this Marvel character is this Black Widow girl because I've never heard of her. So whenever I saw the box, I'm like, I've never heard of this person. So then whenever I watched the movie, I was like, I've never heard of this person either. And they're both Marvel, so maybe whatever, right? Short story long, as I went in there and I checked it out, and the girl was going to give me a smoking deal on it, but it was Polaris. I've never heard of it, but I just thought my kid's going to be like, what the fuck? You bring me some like girl doll shit. But so I didn't buy it. But then whenever I went to leave, she's like, oh, if you want, you can bring one of these pens or whatever, right? And there was like pens with birds and stuff. This one's got like a little raccoon on it. But it's like a wooden, like it's a piece of wood with like a fucking ink in it and shit. But I got in the car and I'm like, what the? She told me to take a few of them. She said, take a few of them. So I just took one, so I'm not greedy. But then I got in the car and the fucking ink was like, wasn't like protruding. It was stuck in there. And there's no like button or like, this doesn't like twist or anything. What the fuck, man? So I had to pull it all apart and fix it.
Damn.
Super unimportant, but it was sitting in front of me. Yeah, I had to heat it up, get the ink fucking flowing and shit.
It's kind of a cool pen though, regardless of whether or not it works.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought before I actually, because I pulled it all, like I pulled the piece out of the end and I got the ink to like come out and stuff and I got it working. But even before that, I was like, whatever, it's still cool. Like you put that in your like your fucking cup of pens or whatever, and you got the little raccoon.
Raccoon, yeah.
Sheesh. You know what's fucked up is there's something that happened recently in hip hop. Oh, the fucking there's two things, but the one I remember for sure is the Meg the Stallion Tory Lanez thing. You see that?
There's another
About
thing.
the festival performance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah, I
originally,
seen that.
whenever I saw that or heard about it, I thought that should be like all of these things are so organized and shit, right? So like if she's there performing and he has to perform as well, then like, you know, maybe it's on them, like on Rolling Loud or whoever it was, to
Yeah,
separate them their things, like even put them on different days or whatever. But
right.
the other thing is I'm like, okay, well, is it not like on her to be like, okay, well, like you have to leave now that you're done your set, and that he has to come here for business or like for work, you know?
Hmm.
So like I figured it was like, you know, it's on her and them to like keep it that way, you know, like to make sure nothing happens. But then the other thing
Right.
is I just was listening to satellite radio the other day, and they said that he was actually just going to show up on stage with another guy. Like I don't think he had a set. I think he was just showing up to jump
Oh,
out on
really?
stage with this other guy. So in that sense, it's totally like his fault. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I think it's all down for
If that's
publicity, man. They know exactly what they're doing.
well, at the same time,
Yeah.
I felt like that should have already been like figured out, or like, you know, like they should have already like
Beforehand, yeah.
have they not have, well, no, even just like the whole scenario with them, like has it not been a while now? And like
Has
on top of it, like I haven't heard anything about them going to court about it. Like I know, like
Yeah,
I get it that it's not over, but at the same time, I haven't even heard that like, oh, they went to court for this thing yet. It's just like floating there. So
yeah.
maybe it is just all a
Same.
big thing, right? Like,
Just like
but
the
I know,
MGK Eminem fucking beef.
yeah. You know, you see MGK now.
Yeah. I still
He's
follow
like
him and
fucking.
everything, yeah.
He's like has like the fucking crazy hair and shit.
Yeah.
And then I saw him the one day. He was wearing a bunch of crazy like weird jewelry and shit. But there was one where did you see? It was for a video shoot, but he was like bald and he
I
had no
saw that.
tattoos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too. He like rips it off. He
Oh,
like
does
rips
he?
the ball in the music video, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because yeah,
Yeah.
I saw it and I was like, yo, I'm like, who the fuck is that? And I was like, yo, it looks like MGK. I'm like, this guy looks a lot like MGK. And I was like, but like with the
Yeah.
tattoos. And then I saw him in a different picture or whatever. Or no, it was then it was posted on his page or something. And I was like, oh, it's fucking MGK. Like, it actually is him.
Yeah. Yeah. Him and Travis Barker, they have a new song out and they did the music video for it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I don't even know if it's out yet. Because the videos I seen was all promotion stuff. I never actually saw the video, but it's probably out.
Yo, guys, it's saying my free meeting will end in 10 minutes.
Oh
No,
shit!
what? I thought we were on the fort on Gordo's shit. No way.
Oh, is it on 4G?
I don't know. Let me check.
I thought it was my account that had the free shit or the unlimited shit. I don't know, man. Worst case, I can just switch it over to the other one.
All right.
Fuck, that's bullshit.
Well, we got 10 minutes to entertain the crowd.
Yeah, fucking right. Yo, so
Yeah, I don't know.
we missed our fucking flight.
All right. That's right.
Yeah,
Eh?
man. We fucking got there. I felt like we got there with lots of time, and we checked in. So like we're checked in. So in my mind, like, you know, I get it. You're not gonna hold the plane first, but like we're checked in, like call our names or something, like to make sure like we're coming or whatever. But I got held up by security and shit, and then fucking Bully went ahead, and then I saw him. I was like, I had the camera and shit. I'm like, yo, I'm like, there he is. He's holding the gate for me. I got there. He's like, yo, they're not letting us in, man. Like that's
Fuck.
bullshit.
How late were you guys? Like when was boarding?
Like boarding was. Oh no! So like we like w- we were supposed to leave at 6:25, but like
take off.
yeah, but whenever
Right.
I was at whenever I like, we got through a whole big lineup to check in. Whenever I checked in, the girl's like, you might want to hurry up. Like, the plane's
Right.
leaving soon. And I was like, what? And then I looked and it was fucking 6:09. So we had
Ooh.
fucking 16 minutes to go through security and shit. And like, we waited in a
Yeah.
line in security. And then, like I said, I got pulled over. They were like checking through my shit.
Right. Yeah. So by the time he got there, it was like fuck this same like 6:25 or 6:30.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
almost
man,
there's
well, like,
almost no chance you're gonna catch that.
oh, I
Yeah,
know, like,
that's
yeah,
sad.
and like,
Close.
well, Bully said he ran up. The chick was like just walking out into the fucking like whatever you call it, like the gate or
Terminal
whatever.
or
Like,
whatever they call it. Yeah.
yeah, she's like walking towards the plane and shit, and he runs up and he bangs on the window, and she turned around and looked at him, and then she just
Yeah.
turned around and walked away, and she
Yeah.
went onto the plane, and then she came back. She's like, "No, you're late," and fucking.
Oh, she went
But
nasty.
then whenever we took our plane, like once we actually got on the plane, we're sitting there, and that girl came on at the end, and she walked by, and I guess she was counting everyone on the plane. So in my
Yeah.
mind, I'm like, dude, I'm like, what she was doing probably when he saw her was that she was going to do that count on the plane, right?
Right.
So in my mind, I'm like, clearly the plane's going to be there for a bit if she's like doing that. The other thing is the plane was there for 15, 20 minutes after we fucking got there and found out like it's late. And we sat there and we're like,
Right.
man, look at the fucking plane's right there. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's just sitting there. Like, it's right there, you know? Like,
Yeah, because
our
it takes
plane's
a while
still
to
there.
take off, like you're
Mhm.
on there and then it's like, and even man, you know what I find? I find when you land, getting off the plane takes so long for some reason, or at least my couple experiences took forever to get off the plane. You're landed probably for like 20 minutes, half hour before they started to let anybody off.
See, this
You know what I
plane
mean?
was
It's like,
small
fuck,
too,
what's
though.
going on?
This one we were on was small. There's only like it was like a bus, basically.
A
Like,
middle
just,
row and yeah, a middle aisle and then two
and
rows.
then yeah, just like two rows, yeah,
Yeah,
one on either
left and
side.
right. Yeah.
But I don't know. I found we got off like pretty quick. I don't really remember the last time we were here, but this time I felt like we got off like fairly quick. But it also wasn't like full or anything.
Right. Yeah, no. Those commercial airliners though, the one with like the middle fucking
Oh,
seats and
dude.
then
Like
two aisles and then the
international flights.
outside. Whew, yeah, international. That's what
Well,
I took
even
out to BC and it was like that was like a lot
yeah,
of
man.
waiting.
Well, that's what we took to get here and get home last time, man. Like Air Canada with the big shits like that. So it's like
Yeah.
like you said, like the middle, like aisle and shit or whatever. And there's like the three rows.
Mhm.
And like there was even like a first class shit and like whatever, you know.
Yeah. First class looks amazing, eh? You're like, damn,
And
I
they
wish
were,
I could
oh
be
yeah, I was like peeked in. I was just like shit.
Yeah.
But yo, so then, but the funny thing is like, I mean, I will never like, I don't fuck with. I want that. I want the big planes, man, because like
Yeah.
we get on this other plane. They're like right away, man. They tell us, well, first of all, you see like Air Canada has right in the back of the seat. Every seat has like a fucking
Uh,
like you can.
a
It's like a
TV.
tablet. There's
Yeah.
games and fucking like all this shit on it. So it doesn't have that, right? I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, that's fine. I'm like, I got my phone. I'm like, last time on Air Canada, I had to pay, but like for $7, you can get the internet for a bit, right? So like, whatever, I'll just get the
Right.
internet, whatever. Yeah, they don't have the internet. I'm like, what the fuck? So now I'm stuck here. My phone doesn't work. Fucking, there's
Yeah.
not even like a movie that all of us can watch. It's just nothing. I'm just sitting
Yeah.
here. The fuck, man. So then I'm seeing all these people like playing on their phones and shit, and I'm like, cool, but
Laptops and
like
stuff.
the fucking
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm like, shit, man. And I didn't bring my laptop. I left it with fucking Dan
Yeah.
for the shit.
Right. Oh shit.
So
That's right.
now I'm just sitting there. I'm like, what the fuck? So then
It's
the
a
other
long
thing
flight
is I'm
too,
like,
right? It's
cool.
like
It's
5
5
hours.
hours. Yeah.
okay.
And like, so I'm like, the other thing too is I'm like, okay, well now like our flight was supposed to be at 6:25. Now it's at like 12:20 or something like that. So I'm like, cool. Well, at least now I can drink on the fucking plane. Whatever,
Yeah.
cool.
That's
Fuck,
all
in
you
their,
can do.
do it. And in their first announcement, they're like, oh, fucking this and that, blah, 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 whatever. Fucking be mindful of everyone, like stay like, you know, COVID shit, right? Like
Right.
blah, blah, blah. You don't have to wear a mask, but they can. And like, anyways, they give you all this shit, right? Then they're like, we won't be serving food or drink on this flight because of COVID. And I'm like,
What?
Oh God.
That
well,
doesn't make
fuck them
any
like
It
that.
sense.
makes no sense. Yeah,
And
exactly. It makes no
a month
sense.
ago, we were on the fucking Air Canada. Fucking, we could drink and eat whatever the fuck we wanted.
Yeah.
Man.
That's because it's
What the
different
fuck?
companies with different policies
Well,
and what
yeah.
they believe in and shit. So
Then
dumb.
on top of it, man, I started smelling some shit. I smell like garlic and shit. Like I smell like food. Like I smell like real ass food.
Someone's
But
cooking up in the back.
they also moved us over by the toilets because it was
Ooh.
because me and Bully were sitting like side by side like this, and like
Yeah.
the seats are closer together. So like we were fucked.
Not
So
much
then this
room, man. Yeah.
yeah, man. So then this chick moved, and even less than the Air Canada flight we were on. So this
Yeah.
chick moved us. I guess they have special seats for that. And
Okay.
we had paid extra for fucking foot room and shit. But the
Really?
thing
Okay.
is we missed our original flight, right?
Right.
So I
Right.
guess that shit doesn't fucking matter. You're just like
Yeah.
getting
Just
there
get you
however you
on to the
can.
next one. Yeah.
So and then this lady came over, and before we took off, she like looks at us. She's like, "It's pretty tight over here." And we're like, "Yeah, fuck." And
At least she
like
noticed.
our arms are like on top of each other and shit. Like I'm like hanging
Yeah.
out in the aisle and shit.
You guys
And I
probably
guess
have
like,
to like share an armrest and shit, eh? Like,
oh yeah, well I mean, there's no
yeah.
sharing like fuck. But no, so then yeah, she's like, yeah, I'll find you guys a spot whenever we get up there and shit, like whatever. So she gives us these seats by the fucking washroom, and like so it was awkward too because people would come and they're like, oh, someone's in the washroom, so they would wait like right
Just
over
standing
my
right next to
shoulder.
you.
And
Right.
I'm like, it's not even a big aisle to begin with, and I'm spilling out into the aisle anyways. So I'm just like, oh, like, this is so fucking weird. But anyways, so I started smelling like food and shit. I'm like, is it the people shitting that I'm smelling their food or something? Like, what the fuck?
That's
But
disgusting.
it was like, I could smell like garlic and shit. So it was like food. Like someone's cooking on this plane. So I'm like, what the fuck,
Right.
man? I'm like, so then a little while later, I see this girl coming from the front of the plane, like the flight attendant chick, and she's got this like thing in her hand, and it's like a tinfoil bottom, like casserole dish type thing, and then like a cardboard like top on it, like a takeout thing, right? But it looks like one of those things that you like put in the machine and heat up on an airplane, right? So I'm like, yo, did they have this food on the plane? And these girls are just going back and heating it up and eating it themselves. I'm like,
Right.
because I want some of this fucking food too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, they can't serve
Yeah.
food, but they can make it for themselves. Like, what the fuck? So I kept
Yeah.
smelling all these different types of food. Like these girls are sitting like literally fucking like 3 steps from me, like eating food and shit. I'm like, oh man. And
Damn.
then they had water. You could get a glass of water or whatever, or like a cup of water. But I read a
Right.
thing the other day about being on planes and shit. Don't fucking drink the water from the tank that they have because they never clean the tanks and shit. So I was like, fuck, I'm sitting here like,
Ooh.
I'm just
Yeah,
like
you never
dying.
know. They could just have like some sort of dispense fucking thing for their water, like a water fountain that just is like a tank in their airplane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, they just
That's
refill it and shit.
Oh, oh man. Yeah, because who's
So,
gonna get in there
and
and clean that? You know?
I usually try to avoid using the washroom in the plane too because it's like
Me too.
so fucking small.
Yeah.
Like a bus is like huge compared to like a train or a plane. I mean, so I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Um, by the end of the flight, I kind of had to piss. I'm like, whatever, we'll be off the plane soon, whatever.
Oh, okay. So it looks as though our Zoom meeting has ended. So bear with us for a minute there, folks. And we'll try and get the boys back onto another Zoom call. So I guess I'm just going to have to try and keep everyone entertained. All right. And my phone is dead too, so I can't even text the lads. Shit, this is all just going tits up, eh? All right, what can I do here? How can I charge my phone? I shall return. Okay. So my phone is charging currently. Let's see if I can hit up Instagram and message them. Let's see if I can pull up a screen here too, so you guys just don't have a blank screen to look at. If you're watching on YouTube, of course. All right. This has never happened before. All right, here I am. Y'all can see me now. All right, so yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to get a hold of them again. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do that. Instagram is my best bet since my phone is fucking dead.
There we go.
I'm back.
We're all back.
Yeah.
All right, so it was funny. Like everything went dead, and I'm like trying to entertain the because I'm still streaming live from here.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
right.
thinking of that. Right,
I'm like,
I was like,
Yeah, never thought of that.
So I'm just like, okay, entertain the people. How can I entertain the people?
I'm
My
just gonna grab
fucking
another drink
my
quick.
phone is dead too. So as soon as it cut off, I'm like, oh fuck, my phone is dead. I can't even text them to be like, what's going on?
oh shit. Okay, well, because man, right away, because like I said, I'm not sure if it was mine or 4G that had the access to fucking Gord's unlimited shit.
Right.
So I switched it to 4G. So right away, I just fucking like signed into 4G, started a meeting, fucking sent the link everywhere. It was just like, go, like we get it.
On topic. I'm just trying to
But,
get this back up onto the screen here.
but that's what I was thinking though. Was I was like, oh shit. I'm like Jonesy's just sitting there like, hey guys.
That's pretty much what happened. But we're back. We back.
Nice.
Shit. It's funny because the
Hell
whole
yeah.
time that I was like signing in and making a new meeting and stuff, I remembered everything that I was talking about, and now I totally forget.
Something to
Aw,
do with the
shit.
airplanes and the
Yeah, that's right.
the bathrooms being
The
small.
washroom. So yeah, like I said, I try to avoid it, right? And so we like landed and shit, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, and I had to, like I said, I had to go to the washroom for a little bit, but I'm like, whatever, I'll wait. We're like there, right? And the other thing is like the lights were on. I was literally, like, all right, I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna take a piss.
Yeah.
All right. And they're like, ding. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta put my seatbelt on and shit. So we're coming down. I'm like, whatever. Anyway, so then we land and I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a bit. So once we like stop and people are getting off and shit, I'm like, fucking, I'm going to the washroom. So I go in the
Yeah.
washroom, and the chicks are like, oh hey, yeah, no, it's like they had them like locked, I guess. So I'm like, yo, can I just
Oh,
like,
really?
like I'm like, I've been holding it for a bit. Like, can I just go in there? Like, yeah. So I go in and I'm taking a piss, and I'm like, it's fucking like dark and shit. It was like with the blue lights and shit. Anyway, so I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
there's a like a lit up square, like rectangle, and it's like got a picture, like whatever, like it's insinuating you flush the toilet with this thing. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I take a piss and I hit the button to flush the toilet. I'm like, cool, all right. So I turn around and I wash my hands and I fucking pull out like a bunch of fucking paper towel and I'm like drying my hands and I'm like, where the fuck is the thing for the paper towel? And I'm like, oh, and there's like a hole like this, but there's like a back on it, right? So I was thinking
Right.
like it's like a flap where you like push the shit in. I'm trying to push against it and it's not going in. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And then there's a button right above it. And I'm like, oh, maybe this button is for this. So I hit the button and I'm like, oh wait, oh shit, that's like an emergency button or
For
something. I'm like,
assistance, yeah.
oh shit. So I'm like, oh fuck, what's going on? Then I hear them like knock on the door. I'm like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm just in here pressing buttons. So I just like threw the fucking paper towel and opened the door. I'm like, yeah, I just saw a button and pressed it. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
That's pretty
They're
funny.
like, okay, cool. No, we saw you go in. We figured you're okay, but like we just had to check. I'm
Yeah,
like, yeah, no, I just fuck. But yeah,
that's
no, it was good
hilarious.
though. So we ended up like getting here like 6 hours later and shit.
Yeah.
So
You guys staying
that
in the
kind of
same
like
spot, or you in different places?
we're all over the place. So like we stayed in Richmond the first couple days,
No, but I
and
mean,
then
like,
we just
so like, are you like, but right now, like, you're in the spot that you're in right now. Is like, is Bully there with you, or is he like somewhere else right now?
same spot together. Yeah, he's upstairs. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, I think he might show his face at some point. But whenever we got home, he just I was gonna say he went straight to business. I did.
He's
I
a
just
little
fucking
R&R.
yeah. I just grabbed my phone and fucking charger and shit, and like just started fucking shit up.
I get you.
Fucking right. Traveling takes a lot out of you, man, for sure.
Oh man, yeah, a little bit. Yesterday, I feel bad. I slept a bunch on Bully, like driving around and shit. Well, I felt bad because I missed seeing stuff. Because I'd wake up and like, whoa, cool. He's like, yeah, man, you should have saw it earlier too. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, no doubt.
But I just felt bad because it was just me and him in the car, so he's just like by himself driving. I'm like,
Yeah.
Just pass. out.
Sometimes it's tough though.
yeah, I'd
You know,
wake
you're
up and like,
driving.
oh
It's
shit,
hard, man.
oh man, yeah.
As
Well,
the
fuck, and then
passenger, you know.
check this out too. So we go to, so yeah, so we were in Richmond for a little bit. There was a birthday party and some shit.
All right. Yeah. How was that actually? Because I remember you telling me
Oh,
about that.
bro, I got so fucking hammered, man.
Oh yeah.
So fucking hammered. I don't even know. I don't really remember like a lot of what happened that night. Like, I don't
Oh.
remember, man. Like, I was already kind of drunk earlier in the day, and then me and Bully went out and got trimmed up and shit. And then we
Right.
come back, and I took a shower, and I come out, and I had my tray and like my blunts and like some booze. I had like a little bottle of Henny, and I had a like couple of drinks. I brought a bunch of drinks out into the backyard. And Buddy's like, "Yo, you're set up." I'm like, "Yeah, man." I'm like, "I don't want to get up for a bit." So I sat down. I remember that. I remember having a few drinks, and then there was a few girls fighting over the seat beside me, and they're like feeding me food and shit. Like, it was, man, crazy, man. People are crazy
Oh
out
yeah.
here, like in a good way. Everyone's like so nice.
Right.
I,
Right. Yeah.
I was getting like feed berries, them fed berries and shit like that. But
That's some
anyways,
king shit right there.
so so then fucking anyway, so I remember like this much, and then I remember a couple other people showed up. I remember meeting them, and then I don't really remember like anything after that. And they're like, yo, they're like, Bully's a good. The next day, they're like, Bully's a good friend. And I was like, why? And they're like, well, you were telling us how he hid the bucket for you. And I was like, hid the bucket for me? And they're like, well, yeah. They're like, someone like came and gave you a bucket when you were laying on the couch or whatever. You said you were going to puke, and they brought you a bucket. And like, actually, this is right where it was. I was laying on this couch, and then
Oh
like,
yeah.
if I can show you, so there's this table. So the bucket was here, and then he moved the bucket over here, if that makes sense, if you guys can see
Right.
that
Yeah.
even. But
Yeah.
he moved the bucket so that when people walked by, they couldn't see that I was laying here with this bucket, right? But the funny thing is, I'm like, yo, I wasn't gonna puke. I'm like, I remember that. I came in and laid down because I'm like, I fucking was like, well, I was feeling fucked up, and I'm like, I wasn't like gonna puke. And the chick's like, no. She's like, you said I'm gonna puke, and you fucking laid down on the couch. I'm like, no way. There's no way. I'm like, no, I wasn't puking. Then there's a picture of me. They had a scarf on, and someone tied it up and like put it on like a bandana type thing, like just like a fucking like a headband.
Yeah.
So
I'll be back
there's a
in a sec,
picture.
boys.
Yeah, man. So there's a picture of me and this girl, and fucking I was like, yo, I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, as if I couldn't find a picture of me with the headband on. I'm like, yo, I'm like, I look fucked up. And they're like, yo, that was right after you were like puking and shit. I'm like, yo, I was not
Wasn't
fucking puking
puking.
last night. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? They're like, well, I don't know. And the one chick who had the picture, she's like, well, at one point, she's like, you had your head between your legs like this. And she's like, you're fucking drooling on the floor. And I'm like, no, not the floor on the ground. I was outside. I'm like, no way. I'm like, there's no way. She's like, yeah, they brought you the bucket that you had from earlier because you thought you were gonna puke. I'm like, no way. I'm like, there's no fucking way. Oh man, I was so drunk, man. I like fucking went to bed and I was like, the party was still going on. And I just went to bed. I was like stumbling around, trying to get undressed and shit. Like, just like, oh, I was like, good thing I'm going to bed, man. I'm like, fuck, like,
Just gotta sleep it off a little bit.
oh, yeah. But then I woke up. So then I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and there's like people all like, "Oh, sorry, no, it's good, man. Do your thing." Okay, okay. So yeah, there's like people everywhere and shit, and like fucking. So then I wake up and I'm like, yo, like, oh, I fucking like, I guess I'm getting up now. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I guess I'm getting up. Like, I don't know. So I get up and I get like my booze and shit, and like I roll a big joint, and fucking I go out and like they have this like outdoor couch or the outdoor bed thing. So I'm just like laying there. Everyone's inside still, like doing whatever, and I'm fucking out on this thing. I'm like, cool, like peace and quiet out here. I'm like, maybe I'll fall asleep out here. Well, I guess everyone's like, hey, Styles is out there. Like, let's go hang out there. So I'm sitting there like, okay, whatever, fuck it. So I start drinking the booze and like smoking this joint and shit. I'm like, fuck this.
Round
So
two.
then now everyone's all, and now, yeah, now everyone's all like hanging out in the bed with me. I'm like, man, I'm like, what the fuck? So then at some point, I'm just like, I've had enough, man. Like, this is crazy. So I just got up, man. I went for a fucking walk, and I walked for like 2.5 hours, man.
What?
Just like on tour. Yeah, man, I couldn't get my phone. I fell asleep with my phone in my hand. And so it was in the bed. And the room that I sleep in has like AC. So then, like, whenever I went to go back to get my phone and fucking my wallet and shit, fully was fucking sleeping in there because I got the AC. So I'm like, I'm like, I can't find my phone. Where the fuck is it? I'm like, oh, it's somewhere in that bed. I bet you, like, shit. So then I leave and I realize I'm like walking down the street and I forgot my wallet to get breakfast. So now I don't have my wallet or my phone. So my phone would tell me where to go, and my wallet would fucking help me get there, pay for whatever I need there. So I'm just like walking down the street with a fucking blunt at like 7 o'clock in the morning. Just like, what the fuck?
Like a champion.
But yeah, no. And then the funny thing is, I realized like I sat at this bench and smoked this blunt for a bit. I'm like, shit, man. I'm like, I'm not like, this isn't like, I'm like still drunk. Like, I was like, shit, like, I'm still drunk, man. Like, fuck. But anyways, no, it's fun time. No, that was I guess the reason why I said that was because he was asking about the party.
Sounds like a
But
good
no, the party
party.
was sick. Like I said, I got like really, really drunk, and like I was buff. But like I said, I was already drunk when I got back to the party, or like even before I left to go get my hair done. Like, I was drunk, and we were waiting to get our hair done, and we went and fucking had a beer, and then we went back. And whenever, like I said, whenever I got here, I was already drunk. So then I go out into the backyard and I have these 3 drinks in this fucking bottle. And in my mind, I'm like starting to drink. So I'm like, yeah, let's like start drinking and get drunk, like. But in reality, I was already drunk. So I just poured in all this booze. Like, fuck.
All right.
Anyways, yeah.
Keep the party rocking.
Yeah, man. Fuck. Vacation, baby. No, it was good though. And then so like I said, we hung around Richmond for a little bit, and then we went to the island. So we took a ferry and shit. Oh man, I'll get into the fucking poutines, man. So I got the poutine on the White Spot, or at White Spot on the ferry that I did the review for last time we were here.
Right.
And I don't remember the score, but I know it wasn't very good because it wasn't very good. And you already told us the White Spot's supposed to be a really good like burger joint and shit like that, this and that. So when I see this, I'm like, okay, like, so maybe it's just because we're on the ferry, right? Like, maybe that's what's up, is like the ferry White Spot isn't very good or something. Then all the food we had on the island was garbage, man. So then
Really?
we went to this one. Oh man, bad. So then we went to this one spot, but that's not to say that all the food on the island is garbage. It's just the food we had.
The spots you happened to go to.
Because like we went to this spot in Victoria last time we were here. That was like a really good Chinese restaurant. There was like 40 some pages on the menu or something. Like, it was crazy, but it was so good. Anyway,
That's crazy though.
What?
That's too much selection. I don't like when you go to a place and there's just like, I don't know what to get, and it gives you like a million options. You're like, you're not helping.
I'm pretty sure we all got the same thing. It was because there was just one picture, like one of the pages had a big picture of this like really good looking thing, and I think we all got it because we're just like, fuck it, fuck looking at the other shit, man, just give me that. But no, so like I said, don't get me wrong, there's still good food out there, I'm sure. But like, so we go, we got breakfast. So yeah, and then we went to the Port Alberni Cannabis Club, TPAC General Store in Port Alberni, obviously. But shout out Trevor. They held it down, like, you know, I got like a little section so I could like smoke some dabs and shit. And like that's where Evil does his podcast. It's where like Snack goes and performs. Like he's like big in with like DTG and like SDK and all those guys.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I saw a
so yeah,
set
shout out
with
to
Aspects and Snack. It looked like they were in his backyard or some shit.
Oh yeah. So the one we were at.
You were at that one? I don't know.
That's the one we were at.
He was in like a fucking like what looked like a house coat or something, or like
yeah, man, yeah.
just like That was
Yeah,
really
man,
dope
so-
for sure.
Yeah, man, Specs got. I actually, you know what? I never watched it. I as it was premiering, I watched the end of it. Oh shit!
What's up?
But anyways, no, yeah. So we were there. If you watch, you might be able to see us in the background a little bit. But
Yeah, I only caught
at some point. Well, at some point, we kind of moved over and we were chilling with Sideneck and DTG at the barbecue and shit, doing dabs or whatever. So like you might not see us, but there's a picture that was posted. Young Sin or whatever his name is, I think so. Sin. He posted a picture and you can see me and Bully in the background, like proof, man. Like we were there.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty dope backyard setup for sure.
Yeah, man, fuck, it was crazy. Well, and then we went and like we were hanging out with Specs and like the drummer Johnny Bomb Drums. We went and fucking rode bikes on the seawall and shit. But yeah, no, but yeah, no. So then, okay, so then, like I said, we went to fucking Tofino and shit. We got this fish and chips and like a pizza. And this guy, man, so like Bully's like, I don't want to fucking hear about this shit, man. He's like, so how are you guys doing? He's like, just innocent old man, but like at the same time, like he seems simple, right?
Okay.
He's like, oh, so how are you guys doing? We're like, oh, like good, you know, how are you, man? He's like, oh, not too bad, yeah. Like, you know, I've been sleeping that well and like this and that. And we're like, okay, cool, man, right on ya. He's like, well, yeah. He's like, my brother, this and that. Like, he stepped on something, cut his foot, and he's got this infection and all this shit. And like, whatever. We're like,
Giving you
okay,
the life
cool, man.
story.
Like, yeah, like we just want like some food and shit, man. Like, just let us go. But like Bully said, he's like, I don't want to hear about this shit when you're gonna like go make me my food and shit. Like, what the fuck? But anyways, we got this, and like, I got pictures of it, man. The fish and chips look like soggy. The fries were soggy; they weren't like fully cooked and shit. And I was like, that's fine, whatever. I just want this fish. The fish was like, the fish itself inside was like kind of like fatty and shit, and then which I've never seen really like that. And then the like breading was just like soggy.
Yeah,
The pizza was just on like. The best part of the pizza was the fact that there was like cheese and like meat and stuff on it, but like the crust was one of those like pre-made shits. So you just like throw the shit on top. But anyways, it wasn't that good. I was like, yo, it wasn't that good, whatever. But anyways, then the next day, man, I ended up going to this place and I got a fucking we saw the goats on the roof. They got goats literally on the roof. There's like grass growing on the roof, and the goats are there eating it and shit.
How the fuck they
It's
get on the
fucking
roof?
weird. They like people like put them there. There's even like a little like fenced off area, and there's like a little fucking like house for them to
They
live
just
in.
like climb
And,
up
like,
on the roof.
The roof all looks like hills and shit. Like it's fucking crazy, man. So then fucking I think my fucking camera died, so I didn't have any footage of it, but I have a couple pictures of it on my phone. But yeah, so we went there and we hung out. They got like ice cream. You know, they have this place, this donut place, the Dirty Dozen. They had like some sick ass donuts. We didn't get any because they're fucking closed. But they're only open Friday to Tuesday, but we went there on Wednesday. But anyways, so we went there. So anyways,
like Wednesday, Thursdays. It seems like
Yeah,
odd,
yeah,
odd days
exactly.
to be not open.
For real though. So then I go and like what I'm like, hey, cool, I'll get a poutine because I'll do like a poutine review and shit, right? And so I got this shit, man. I got a fucking foot long hot dog. Fucking
Foot long.
anyways. Yeah, yeah. I was like, fuck, to me that's a foot, but it doesn't look that big on the camera. So I was like, um, but no, so then yeah, so I get this poutine and Bully's like, man, he's like, what are you doing? Like, he's like, you fucking eating poutine out here? He's like, we know that the poutine sucks out here. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, yo, but like, I got to do like a bunch of really shitty poutine reviews so that I can like stress to everyone how shitty the poutine is out here. And then like we can all laugh about it and it can be a joke for everyone, inside joke with everyone. And then he's like, yeah, no, I'm just done with poutine. I'm like, that's fine, cool, man. So while I was eating my food, I ate a couple bites of the poutine and I thought, man, I don't even want to waste my time doing a poutine review of this poutine. Like it was food. And don't get me wrong, I ate like most of it, but it
It just
was
wasn't the
like
best.
super bland as fuck. The fries weren't too bad. Super bland gravy. The cheese curds out here are not. Let's just not call them cheese curds.
It's just like chunks of cheese, or like
They're like they look like cheese curds, and like okay, they're still like good, but it's like I don't know, man. There's like I
just
feel
not what
like
you're
they
used to.
melt. They melt differently, and they're not as like salty, which might be like maybe healthier for you. I don't know, but they just don't have the same flavor. So
So we got Dan Wild in the chat saying what up. Hope you're enjoying your trip.
oh shit. Thanks, man. Yo, Dan Wild actually was fucking. So he edited the first episode
That's what he says. He's
of.
got y'all need to see this BC vlog episode 1 I made super lit. So I'm
Yo, and the
pretty
thing
stoked to
is
see that.
I was gonna do it in 3 week sections, but like out of the first like 24 hours, he's already got like a full like half an hour video. So it's gonna be a bunch of them, I guess. But um, yeah, no. So whenever I get home, I'm gonna check it out, and then once it's all cleared and good to go, then he's gonna continue on and keep editing the rest, and then I'll get him to do this one too. But
Fucking right.
no,
So
oh man, it was crazy.
are we gonna be releasing
Oh
those on the YouTube channel, or
yeah, yeah.
all right?
The other thing too though is he was saying like some shit like he's like, oh man, it's pretty funny, like whatever, you know. He's like, there's some good clips. But then he was like sending me some shit and like there's a few funny parts in it. There's like one where like I want to know what the fuck it is. But there's a thing and it shows me and Bully sitting like we're sitting across the table from the camera and we're talking or whatever. And I go like this and I'm like, yeah, yeah. And I go like this and I show him my phone and I was like, that's it though, that's it. And I put my phone down and I'm like, I want to know what it is. I'm like, I want to know what that is though. Like shit.
That's pretty sick. I look forward to watching those. When can we expect episode 1?
So like I said, it's like done, he said. And like whenever I go home, I'm gonna take it from him and view it and we can all take a look at it. And then he just wants to know if that's a good like style of editing or like if it was done properly or whatever.
Right.
But I figure it'll be fine.
For
But he
sure,
just
we
wants me to
can
look at it
evolve it.
before he goes on to do more, like to edit the rest of them.
I think we should. That should be actually, instead of posting it on YouTube, that should be like an OnlyFans exclusive.
Well, speaking of OnlyFans, I actually have an OnlyFans video that I'm gonna post shortly. So
Nice.
Yesterday I tried to put, or sometime in the last day or two, I tried to post a video. I did a joint at TPAC, and
Yeah, I saw that one.
and I tried it. Well, no, it didn't post.
I saw one with you there though,
Oh, did you?
with the stage and everything. Yeah,
What?
maybe it was a story. Would it have been in stories?
Maybe.
Yours or Bullies? That might have been where I seen it.
But the joint, whenever I posted it, it came back with a message saying like basically we don't allow certain posts to like protect people and stuff. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? So then it shows like at the top of the thing, it shows like whenever I open up Instagram on 4G right now, it shows like there's like a little like a You know how there's like the circle with the arrow, like it's like replay or like refresh or whatever.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so if I hit that, it'll like start loading the video again, and then it comes back with a message saying like same thing. Like it's like, oh, like we. So then my point is, I was like, fuck it, they won't let me post it. I'm like, I'm gonna put it on OnlyFans, and that'll be one of our
Right.
first videos. It's nothing bad. I don't see anything wrong with it. I just don't understand. Like, I did a big dab in it, but like, I don't know.
There's worse shit out there on Instagram for sure.
Yeah, should I follow a bunch of
A
people that
lot
do
of
big
people
dabs?
doing dabs. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like, fuck. Unless it was something to do with I tagged them in it, so maybe they don't want to be tagged in it with me like smoking this shit. I don't know. We'll figure it
Dan
out.
says it's probably because you're a nude.
Noob?
Nude.
Nude? Yeah, how fuck. So you saw it then?
I guess he did.
It sounds like you saw it.
Yeah,
So we also got
man.
Zach in here. We got Fraser
We
Image
got
in
Zach,
here.
yeah.
Zach saying he's
My guys.
about to get the podium in Austria.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
an F1 reference, yeah. Fucking right, bud. Get that
Just F1
podium.
in it, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Fucking right. Yeah, shout out to those guys for sure, man.
Oh yeah, always tuning in. Shout out to Dan Wild, shout out to Terminator, Rocky,
Oh, yeah. So speaking of fucking Terminator,
Respecting
you
Hip
guys
Hop
hear
is in
about.
there too.
respecting
Gang,
hip hop,
gang.
yeah.
Yo, I was thinking of him the other day because we were at this place. Fucking Big Bad John's or some shit like that. It's like this little tiny, like dark ass fucking bar.
Yeah.
And fucking like I walked in with my sunglasses on, I couldn't see fucking anything. So I took them off and I could still like barely fucking see anything.
Oh
But
yeah, shit.
but yo, we were gonna go there last time we were there. It's in Victoria. You can eat the peanuts and shit, and then you just throw the shells on the floor.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Yeah,
feel
man.
super bad doing that, just like eating
Yeah,
fucking that all
yeah.
night, just like chucking it
And
on the
just-
floor.
Yeah,
Someone
just
else will
crack
clean this
some
shit
over
up.
the shoulder. Yeah.
I don't know if it worked out, but like the video, I tried to take a video with the camera where I could try and time lapse it, where it's just like the pile building up at our feet. But it was too dark, I don't think, and then it was too dark for me to turn on the light on the camera because it would just like fill the fucking room. So I don't know if it worked out, but yeah, we were just sitting there like the first ones. I took it out, eat the peanuts, and it was just like. And just like rudely like threw them on the floor. I'm like, yeah, like this is awesome. But yo, then we ate this shit, man. We went to Chinese the other night in Parksville. It was fucking disgusting. I mean, like some parts of it were good. They had like different types of prawns and shit that were pretty good, like some like spicy tentacle shit.
Yeah.
Like some of it was pretty good, but man, like fuck, I had the sweet and sour or the hot and sour soup and shit. Like it was just not fucking good, man. And there was like people around us complaining too. Like there was this Chinese guy there that was like, he's like, this bugs me. Yeah, this bugs me. And I was like, yeah, man, for sure. Like, you know, and like I'm not that upset about it. But yeah, he's like, well, I'm Chinese. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool, man. But yeah, no, people were not liking it. It wasn't that good. Like I said, there was some stuff that I liked about it that I would even maybe go back to eat, but it just wasn't good. But then we went to the fucking that place with the peanuts. We ordered some shit. Bully's like, yo, I think I might try this fucking soup shit. I was like, yo, I want some soup. What kind of soup do they have? He's like, it's corn chowder. I'm like, yo, I've never had it, but like, I'll start with some corn chowder. We're gonna, yeah. So we're gonna start with the corn chowder, and then we're gonna move on to like whatever next, right? Fuck, man, we get this corn chowder. Bully's like, man, I think this is like filling for like burritos or some shit, man. It was like, it looked like fucking diarrhea. It was just like brown shit with like beans and shit in it. And then like there was a couple pieces of corn in it, but like, which made it even worse looking. But
it's called corn chowder and it has a couple pieces of corn in it.
Well, yeah, he's like, I don't think there's any corn in it. I'm like, look, there's a piece of corn right there. He goes, dude, he's like, you have like a couple pieces of corn. I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know, man. Then I Google it. I'm like, I don't think it's supposed to be fucking brown like this. Like it was like brown. So I'm like, I don't think it's supposed to be brown like this. I Google it. It's like supposed to be like white, creamy, fucking maybe like yellow.
That's what I picture. That's what I picture when you say.
Like,
yeah, when you say chowder, I picture it white, no matter what it is.
Yeah, man,
You know?
fuck. And it was like,
Yeah.
oh man, it was so gross. I don't even know if I took a picture of it. I should have, but it might be on the vlog too. But like, man, it was so bad.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Crazy,
We
man.
ate a bit of it. It was good with the tortillas, which made me think it might have been. But I feel bad because the lady came over and was like, "Yo, like everything good over here?" And we're like, I was just like, "Yeah," because in my mind I'm
Yeah,
like, "Fuck
yeah,
it, whatever." Like, who cares? And Bully's like,
yeah.
"You fucking lied to her. You fucking lied to her." I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm like, you can say something, but I'm like, whatever. I don't care, man.
Yeah, but realistically, what's it gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, I guess they can improve from there on
Well,
out, but for you
well,
individually,
well.
it
His
doesn't
idea
really.
though, but what he thought though was he's like, man, he's like, maybe fucking someone fucked up and they gave us some fucking like burrito filling shit,
True,
like.
true.
They didn't know and like just brought it out. Like maybe that's what they want. Because also too, the guy who took
Or
our
they did,
order,
and they're like, I hope they don't complain. You know, this is embarrassing.
yeah.
I hope they don't notice.
Well, the guy who took our
One of
order was
those.
like the guy who took our order before our food came out. He's like, "Hey guys, so like Sarah's gonna take care of you from now on. Like whatever. Like have a good one. See you
Right.
later." And he walked
Yeah.
away and left. And then a little
Yeah.
while later, she came out of the back with the fucking soups. So in my mind, if it was a fuck up like that, like say I was her, I'd be like, what the fuck is this? Who ordered this fucking bean shit or whatever, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
whatever. Maybe they did. Maybe they did. Here you go.
Hmm.
Like so now that
Yeah.
it's like switched over to another person, whatever. But yeah, we were just like, man, that's not what it is, man. That's not like what the fuck, man.
Yeah.
But
That is a good way to look at it, though, you know, so you don't like blow up on the person. You're like giving them the absolute most benefit of the doubt, you
yeah,
know,
well,
which is probably what happened. Like, since they switched like that, there's probably some sort of fucking mix up or something, you know? Could,
even
like, the
bullies,
odds of that are likely.
even bully said though, he's like, yo, man, he's like running out of time.
Yeah. Oh, are
10
we
minutes,
again?
man. Yeah,
Shit.
10 minutes.
No way.
That's fuck. We'll just have to do it again, I guess.
We'll
But
do it again. Yeah, we'll do it again because I pretty well missed this one.
yeah, but no, yeah, I just felt like we had some bad food experience. And like whenever you were gone, I was saying to Jonesy, I'm like, I'm not saying all the food is bad out there, it was just all the food that we came across was bad. Um, well, we got this Panago pizza shit, like it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying
So
to think
it
of,
sounds like there's fucking no good food out in BC.
oh, dude, you know what's the good food out here is fucking.
Yeah.
See, that's on the island though. And the other thing too is like we're in Parksville. Like the Chinese restaurant we went to in Parksville used to be owned by Chinese people, and then just in the last like week or so, they reopened under new ownership.
Yeah.
And so we were all thinking like that's probably what it is. It's just like they're starting out and shit. But
Yeah.
so the other thing is like Parksville is like a fucking like it's like a fraction of Renfrew. You know what I mean? Like it's not even like that big. Um,
Yeah.
and so but my point is it's not only it's like on the island, small town, like fucking maybe Chinese is probably like the wrong thing to buy there. Um, it was like literally like I said, it's like rent for like old people and shit too, like just old fucking white people retiring and shit. But either way, my point is always that we went and got like Chinese food at a spot before we left last time, before we came home last time, and like it was like it was in Vancouver though. And like this girl I know was telling me to go to a couple different places. They have like Indian and shit like that, and like Chinese and shit that's like fire.
Yeah.
So from what I understand, they do like that type of shit real good. Like the chick was saying too, she's like, it's nothing like Renfrew Chinese food. Like it's not like that, man. It's like all like really good shit. Um, so I mean, like I feel like that type of shit is like really good. There's even a place here called Mean Poutine, which like
Oh yeah.
I might go and try it, but I'm so now discouraged to try it because I'm just like, well, like if this is what your poutines are like everywhere else,
Yeah.
and then this place is designated like poutine place, I'm like, shit. It's like
You almost have to hit it.
You
I
all you
would
have to,
say.
yeah, just to say you've hit everywhere.
High
I
standards
guess,
for that
but
one.
I'm just thinking like it's like um yeah, no, okay. No, okay.
I meant
But like
I've
I'm
been
just thinking
meaning to
like
ask. Sorry, go ahead.
Go for it. No, I was just thinking that like if the poutines are bad out here and that's just the way that they make them already, then this place who like makes them is gonna make them the same way
The
and
worst
bad
of them
as
all,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I
Sorry.
was gonna ask. What about them makes them worse than out here?
Oh man,
Not
so
not
I was.
worse. I shouldn't say worse.
Wait,
Just like
Jonesy,
not that good.
I got another warning. 10 minutes.
Oh no shit!
Oh
Really?
yeah. We're
So we're
probably at
gonna
like
have to
6 minutes
fucking
left now.
switch over in a second. I only say that just to warn you, but I'll fucking switch over to my other account and come back. It might not work though. Actually, fucking Bisho, can you set it up a Zoom meeting?
Yeah, I could.
Okay, just because I was just thinking that like mine, if I go back to mine, it might be like only within a certain amount of time, like every 24
Right.
hours you can
I think
do
it
a
is.
fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, we'll use mine then.
But I was saying to Jonesy earlier about the poutine is what it is the cheese curds are not the same as our cheese curds at all. And the gravy, I haven't hit a fucking good gravy yet.
No way.
For
What is
poutines,
it thick or
anyways, I
runny?
did. The weird thing is sometimes it's thick, but it like it tastes watery, man. Like it's
That's weird.
Like
That's
it's weird.
Yeah. I wonder
And
what
like
it is.
I don't know. Like I can't remember how many I've had now, but like I've had a few. Like I probably have 4 or 5, maybe 6 poutines out here, and all from
That's
different places.
definitely
I don't know,
enough to.
but like yeah, I don't know.
You definitely have hit enough to have a good feel for what BC Putin is.
And like Bully was saying, like man, when people come back come from here, like come to Ottawa and eat poutines there, and they're like, "What the fuck? This is garbage," because they're used to what BC poutines are.
And Wild saying they
Which
use
could be a thing.
mozzarella chunks instead of like actual cheese curds.
Is that what it is?
Oh,
that's what he's saying. I don't know how accurate that is. But that's
that'd be a huge factor, man. Like that would actually be a huge.
And
difference.
like I said, they melt different, and they're not as fucking salty as cheese curds.
Yeah, if it's not squeaky cheese, then it's not real cheese curds.
That's right.
Oh man, and like too, like I know someone that like lives out here that's from home, and like they said one time they tried to bring cheese curds out here, and like they weren't the same when they got them here. Like it was not the same.
Yeah, man.
So I was just like, man, like there's like no way, because even too like I said you could freeze them or something, right? Freeze them, stick in your bag, fucking jump on the plane, and you're out. And then you get here and you throw them in the fridge or whatever, right? But the thing is, as soon as you like freeze them,
don't they like crumble? I don't like like when you freeze cheese, it like crumbles weird afterwards.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Right. Which does make sense. Like, you know what I mean? You ever have cheese fucking? Usually I buy this sliced cheese, and the last one will like stick to the bottom of the package, and you just get fucking. It just crumbles out.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's got to be something from being like the bottom and pressed and cold, probably. Yeah. Cheese curds. Got to come out to Ontario and Quebec for the real shit.
Oh, for real, man. Fuck, it's unreal, man. It's crazy. We actually just put some pretty good donairs out here too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we hit a donair today with Cheap Sleazy. That was pretty good. We had the donair affair last time we were here. That was bomb. Their sauce is like
nice
to live for.
Yeah.
Boom. You know what they call it? Halifax sauce, bro. Like the sweet sauce.
Way. Yeah.
I've never heard that before. Buddy looked at me sideways. He's like, "Yo, you never had the Halifax sauce before?" I'm like, "Never, man." And I'm like, "What the fuck is it?" And he's like, "Oh, it's like sweet, like whatever." So it's like sweet sauce. He's like, yeah. I'm like, "So it's sweet sauce?" He's like, "It's Halifax sauce, bro."
Halifax sauce. That's wild, eh? All the way out west calling it Halifax sauce.
Well, yeah, because we're at this place and it says some fucking Halifax shawarma shit. And I'm like, "Yo, why does it say Halifax like shawarma?" But that wasn't the name of the restaurant. It just said at the bottom like Halifax shawarma shit. And I'm like, "Why does it say that?" And he's like, "Oh man," he's like, "because it's like the type of shawarma. It's a Halifax shawarma or donair, sorry."
Right, yeah.
And I was like, "The fuck?" He's like, "Because it's got the Halifax sauce on it." I was like, "What?"
It'd be funny if someone, it'd be funny if someone from Halifax went out there and was like, nah, like this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
not a thing, you know, this is a BC thing.
Yeah.
Which it probably is, but
It's true though, yeah. It's like the
yeah,
poutine, man. They've got this bastardized
unfortunate, but
version of the poutine.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel like
I
if any
remember being
second,
out there and I didn't really experience any like great food, but then again, we were like camping festival style for
yeah.
5 days,
Yo,
so it was
we
like,
ate at
yeah,
the Cactus Club though the first night that we were here, and it's like fire. Like
yeah,
it's like Moxie's or something, or like something
just a
like
more
that.
like higher class
Milestones or
restaurant
something.
kind of.
Yeah, yeah. Like everyone's wearing like suits and shit. Like not
Yeah,
like the people working there is all wearing like suits and shit, you know?
yeah, right. There was an actual dress code, but it's a bit
No,
fancy.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. I just walked in like whatever, fuck. Got drunk.
Yeah,
Fucking
for
watched the
sure, man.
sunset. We had a
I
fucking
remember doing
reservation for
that.
sunset. Oh,
Oh
boom.
yeah, that's sick. What
We are gonna
like?
get keep going.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get kicked off soon. Oh, I was gonna say the fanciest place I ate out there was like the first place we ate at. It was like downtown Vancouver. The restaurant was like right on the main street, and there was no like actual wall. It was all glass, and we were sitting like right
Oh,
there,
dude,
and it
that's
felt
probably
like
the
we were
same spot.
sitting right. Yeah,
Yeah, it's probably the same spot.
that's cool. Fuck yeah,
Is it like a
and the
fire
food.
thing outside?
Yeah, actually.
Like a flame stick thing or whatever?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. There's a little fucking like thing out there, and it was right
yeah,
on a corner, which is
yeah.
probably like
All right, we got kicked off Zoom again. So it's up to B Show now to fucking give us a third meeting. Stick with us, ladies and gentlemen. The show will resume momentarily. I promise. I hope, anyways. Oh, the joys of doing Zoom meetings. Sorry, boys. I gotta keep y'all entertained. I'm not that great at it, though. I'm sorry. Just entertain yourselves momentarily. You don't like my man bun? Razor. It is what it is, okay? I'm going for the Viking look. All right, we're getting it up here now. We are getting it up here.
what's going on. Oh, there we go.
Hey.
Nice.
Fucking right.
Oh, I forgot my cup.
Fucking right. Yeah, I was just saying, yeah, I was like at an intersection. It was all glass. Pretty fancy spot.
Yeah, man, sounds like Cactus Club, bro.
Yeah, that definitely sounds pretty familiar too. Like,
It was
I
like
can't
kind of
remember the
swanky
name of it.
spot.
Yeah.
Okay. Just gonna mix up a drink. Just wandering around.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
I'm
man,
hard
one
on
of
the claws myself.
nice mixing my own claws.
Nice.
Man, I got one of the ferries we were on had a little arcade and shit on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
Always a fun time.
Okay. Like I said, I mix up a drink.
Oh yeah.
I'm fucking there.
Get her
So.
in you. You meet up with Jesse at all this time?
Not yet, actually. He's been out of town.
Oh yeah, okay.
He was working the first few days, and I was busy the first few days.
Yeah.
And then he was out in Squamish.
Oh yeah, okay. That's where I was when I was out there. Have you been there or through
Squamish?
there at all? Yeah.
Yeah, me and Jesse went there last time I was here,
Okay, yeah.
but like we kind of just stopped in.
What are you talking about?
I'm on the podcast. um, but yeah, we just kind of like stopped in. We went up to this like mountain lake thing, and
Oh dude,
maybe-
no way.
yeah,
That's
you were there.
I think that's where we like fucking cleaned up every morning.
We like drive up a big hill and shit.
Maybe
This is like
not.
This is like a pretty steep, like kind of 4x4 hill.
Okay, I know. We were like, we go to this lake though, and like literally on the other side of the beach across the water was this like fucking mountain. And you could like people were hiking up it all weekend and shit, you know, like we'd hear people come back. Gordo's sister did it. She hiked it and she told us all about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
the fucking chief.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I can't remember the names of things really.
But it's in Squamish?
Oh, 100%, because that's
And
where
it's
the
like a
festival
big-
was.
Okay, and it's like a big fucking famous hike thing?
I think so. Yeah, it was like this big mountain that was literally just like one of these. It didn't really have a peak. It was just like curved,
Oh, shit.
and you could hike it.
Because like
And the sun would set behind it every day, every night. It was cool.
sunset behind it. I'll be the other side then, I think.
The other side, yeah.
Yeah, chief is like if you're in the town and you look
Mhm.
the one way, the chief is like it's just like a big like rock face.
Okay.
But you can climb
Okay.
up around the back of it, or you can like hike
Right.
a trail up the back of it. But people like climb up the face of it. I saw like we drove by, there was people fucking on the fucking face of this shit.
Crazy. So you've been on the main drag in Squamish?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because like, yeah, I know exactly where you're talking then. Because if you're going up it the one way, you can see a mountain. Well, you can see a lot of mountains wherever you're looking out there. But yeah, I remember being on Main Street and walking up it the one way, and there was
Yeah.
just like this fucking mountain over there. It was sick.
Yeah, man, fucking that's where I saw a fucking old fucking Cavalier or a Sunfire there.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Hey,
it's
shit.
useless, but I took a video of it just to be like, man, look at that. I think it's in
Yeah,
my
well, fuck.
fucking highlights.
You used to see them everywhere. Now you really don't. And Cavaliers. You used
I
to
just
see
saw-
them everywhere.
A bunch of Cavaliers out here. There's all man. The cars
Yeah.
are crazy because it's like fucking. Well, you know, they don't use salt. So my buddy says they use some
Yeah.
salt or like whatever, but like either way, their cars like preserve longer or whatever the fuck. So yeah, there's a lot of shit out here that I'm like, holy fuck, look at that thing, like as if, man. And like people are like, what's wrong with you, man? I'm like, oh man, I'm like, just you don't see anything like that anymore, let alone mint like that, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's well like that. Fuck Chad. Chad has a 95, 93 Ford F-150.
Oh yeah,
And it's in mint condition.
Mm-hmm.
No rust on it or anything. And man, I looked under my truck today and I have rust spots underneath it already. Like, fuck, you know?
I got rust spots on my door too. Brutal.
Yeah.
Move out here, boys.
That's it, man. They don't use salt out there. We live out here. That's the answer.
No, fuck.
Yeah. Keep your car for 10 years, look under it, and the undercarriage will just be fucking like ripped apart, just completely fucking rusted. Yeah.
Oh, man, yeah. But, no, like I said, though, it's crazy. You see all the fucking cars. Like I said, even like, they don't even have to be like nice ones, just old ones. You're like, holy shit, they still have those?
Yeah.
We don't. Let's step outside for a second. Small.
Fucking right.
This is the scene of the crime.
Fuck yeah. So is this the place you were showing me last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought so.
With the fucking bed in the backyard.
Yeah.
Find a way.
Yeah. There's that blanket for the fucking projector or whatever as well.
Yeah. But yeah, again, where was I? Anyways, I left off at Victoria where we had the fucking bean soup or whatever the fuck. And that pretty much brings us here. Because then we took the ferry and got here. Fucking smoking on the ferry too. So like we've always smoked on the ferries. But this one is a weird one. We've never been on one of these before. It's a little bit smaller. Like at the front, you can stand it right at the front and look out. And there's like these little like on either side, there's like these little hallways that like they kind of like zigzag through. And so we had like a little half joint. So we smoked this half joint and we stood in this hallway, right? The wind comes through and blows it away. So we smoked the thing. And then we go and we went and we ate or whatever. And fucking it's coming. Okay, so then we went and ate, and we're like, okay, let's go smoke this other joint, right? So then we go and we're standing there and like, so we take turns, right? So like one person would be standing in the little like zigzag alleyway thing, smoking, and the other one would be like looking at all this shit, right? So fucking we go there, we're looking for somewhere to smoke. We go, oh, should we just come back to the spot? Yeah, let's go there. So there's this fucking kid there like smoking a cigarette, listening to like fucking death metal. And so we're like, all right, cool, we'll just post up here. He's having a cigarette. So I like this joint, we're smoking the joint. Like we pass it back and forth a couple of times, you know, doing the thing. And then I get a joint, I'm taking a puff, and Bully like looks the other way, like down the fucking one hallway. And he's like, yo, put that out, man. So then fucking I just like away with it. And he just fucked away. So like he went one way, I went the other way. And I guess the fucking guy comes around the corner. He's like, hey, man. He's like, you can't smoke here. To like the other guy that was smoking in there. But we got away.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
But I guess we wouldn't have gotten in trouble anyways. But oh yeah, these are boobs.
Are they? You can't even tell on the screen.
It's like paint, boob paint.
Right.
Paint.
Oh, like
I see the blue ones.
I get it.
Yeah.
Boobaloobaloobies.
Fucking it. Switch rolls.
That's it.
Yeah. Fuck, man. But no, man. Yeah, like I said, brings us to got cheap sleazy, had those bone hairs. Jimmy James, fucking He's Yardy's cousin. He got him in. He got bullied into that video. Actually, yo, fuck, guys, I have you here. So Yardy's cousin Jimmy James, we went and visited him, but he got bullied into that video. Because he does acting and shit like that.
Okay.
So he was able to get bullied into this role because they needed like a bully looking character.
Right.
And anyway, so that's how we know Jimmy James. And then where my mind went after that, my ADD sparked the thought of, you guys should check out the video. It's Gippy Graywall. I forget the name of the song, but Gippy.
Oh no.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I did hear that. You skipped out right at the end of that though.
Damn it.
Saying just when you're saying the guy's name.
Okay, Gippy Graywall. So it's Gippy Grewal. Or maybe WOL, maybe, I forget. But man, the video came out the other day, and like by the time Bully showed me the video, it had been out for like a few hours, maybe like 6 hours or something else. And I see this thing, and it's 4 million views. Right now it's
No
at like,
way.
yeah, right now it's at like 14, I think.
Holy shit. What?
Yeah, and our boy Bully Zone's in it. Not only is Bully Zone in it, but he may have got a fucking little call about something else.
Does he get a chunk? Does he get a chunk of that revenue?
Big ups.
No, we did the math today, man. It's 3,000 per million or something like that. So the guy
more, depending on what your CPM is, like it could be more than that.
Oh yeah, and he's got.
I'll be right back, quick, boys.
Okay. Yeah, so like, even at the 3,000, that's fucking 42,000. But I mean, he's got to pay for the video to be made. He's got to pay the chick. There's a girl in the video too, right?
Yeah.
There's a few different things about it, but still, I was like, yo, that's pretty crazy. You just got to get the views.
That's right.
Okay, one sec. I just got to put this thing up. We'll go back inside. Okay. But yeah, no, man, fucking even just the like he put out like a trailer thing. It was like a trailer for his album and the new video and shit. And it had like fucking millions of views right away too. Like it was crazy. But the guy has like fucking 3.6 million or something followers on Instagram, and then like this chick has like 4 something million.
Yeah, it's easy to get views when you got the followers.
Yeah, and it's like Bollywood shit too, so like they're like people eat that up, man.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta think too, they make up a lot of the population of the world too, right? But yeah, even too, the one dude said, Jimmy James said he saw fucking some girl was like, yo, did I see you in this video? Like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, that's me.
Pretty sick though. So you're saying you got a phone, like a call for something else? Like,
yeah, I started to say that, and then I tried to like veer sideways in case I shouldn't say anything. But yeah,
probably best. Yeah,
there's something going on for sure. You got a phone call.
Okay. Fucking right. Well, I hope the best for him and that it fucking fruitions into, you know what I mean? Man. Something.
Big things popping.
Yeah, fucking right.
We're gonna be doing some skits too in the fucking near future.
I've been seeing a lot of promotion for that, man. Fucking right.
Yeah. Yeah, me and fucking, well, I shouldn't even say me, Bully Zone and fucking those guys, like Timinator in on it and shit too. But no, they asked if we want to do some shit with them too, so
I'd be down.
Yeah, fucking right, man.
For sure, man. Maybe even try and fucking write a little skit up myself or something.
Did you guys watch me mix this drink?
I didn't really watch you, but I saw you in the kitchen doing your thing, yeah, but I didn't like watch close enough.
Did I put vodka in it?
I couldn't tell you. Does it taste like there's vodka in it?
No.
Probably not.
Well, then that means you need a little bit more.
Yeah.
Fuck,
That's
man.
hilarious.
What the hell? Okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
You're just sipping straight orange juice.
I think so, man.
Then again, once you've had a couple, you know, you wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
drinking
I
that like the Belvedere. I think it's Belvedere vodka that was left in the basement in the studio.
Oh yeah, from KG.
That's right. Yeah, I was sipping on that through this week. I had nothing else. I'm not usually a vodka drinker.
It's good for you.
Yeah.
Potatoes.
It's not
man.
my preferred, but I'll get into it. More of a gin guy for sure. You know what though, man? Like, I wasn't a fan of these White Claws until the weekend. The lads were down here or whatever, but damn,
Good, eh?
you know what I mean? Well, it's just like it's usually either beer for me, right? And then like I drink 6 beer, drink 6 White Claw, and fucking I notice the difference. You know what I mean? In my stomach and everything. It's like I could pack in 6 more of these. Fuck.
Yo, I
The
shotgun
more you
one
go
the
on
plate.
beer, the heavier it feels, you know what I mean?
Yeah. For
Oh,
sure.
for sure, man. And that's the thing is, there's more to it in the beer. Like, there's more in it.
Way
Yeah.
more calories and shit, yeah.
There's literally nothing in it. I mean, there's whatever the fuck the flavor is, but other than that, it's this and that, right? It's the soda water and the vodka. But yo, they have neutrals out here.
Mm-hmm.
Black can. And I was like, yo, what's the fucking black can for? And no one answered me. But I went on to read further that they're gin.
They're gin?
Gin
The
neutrals. So it's
neutrals,
like
yeah.
gin and soda with a little flavor.
I'd much rather that than vodka.
What?
What does the can look like? Oh
It's
yeah,
just- It's just like a neutral but black.
all right, you said that. Yeah, all black.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I used to never even think of drinking gin until fucking you influenced me
Yeah.
enough to drink it. Yeah, and
Good-
then man,
good
it's like my. Oh, for sure. Now it's my drink of choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I just, man, I would always have that twitch, like when we go to shows, any kind of live event, like I find drinking the drink in your hand is a nervous twitch. And
Yeah.
then I started drinking gin and tonics and it made me sip it because I didn't like to fucking chug it. So I started sipping it. And then next thing you know, like I'm not buying as many drinks. I got a drink in my hand for a while, you know what I mean? It kind of helped me like balance it out because beer, man, I would just be like, oh yeah, I'm here.
It's gone
Chug,
before
chug,
you know
chug.
it. It's like you spilled it.
Yeah, go get another one. You're like, I don't even feel it yet. Chug, 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 you know, and the next thing you know, you're like, fuck, I'm out of money, I'm wasted, fucking
Man.
feel like 100 pounds in my belly.
You know how some people will be like, oh man, like I'm starting to get drunk or whatever, like I better calm down so I'll drink some water or something or like whatever.
Yeah.
I'm the other way around is I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting carried away. I've been chugging these drinks and shit. Like, fuck, I'll get a double or something, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, like, okay, yeah, don't drink that for a bit, man. Like shit.
Right.
But funny fucking story is I just got a fucking text message here and I only read it because it was right on the screen. And the other thing is it was my brother. And I wasn't sure if I read it properly, but then once I played it over in my head again, I realized what he was saying is that he says I double dosed that drink. He said he went back and he watched me pour the vodka into it.
No way. That's funny. Shout out to your bro for fucking, you know what I mean, having your back.
Yeah. Even too though,
That's
whenever
hilarious.
I went back, I put some more in, and I was like, bloop, 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 and I was like, well, wait, that's not enough because like if I didn't put any in at all, I'm like, I need to put like bloop, 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 bloop. But at the same time, I'm like, shit, maybe that's a sign.
That's what I say, man. If you can't taste it,
I still
first
don't.
time, you still don't taste
even
it.
taste.
Oh, and you're getting drunk.
It's there. It's there.
Vodka
But,
OJs, man.
so she goes. Actually, it's mostly.
Vodka.
This much of it is like vodka and soda water, and then like this
Okay.
is like orange juice.
Just to change the color then, basically.
Yeah, and a little bit of taste.
Yeah.
Because the soda was just like flavorless soda. I forget, man. I had a couple different things I want to talk about with actual like hip hop shit going on, but I forget now. I know there was the Megan Thee Stallion thing that I already talked about. I guess that's more
Yeah.
Tory Lane. I don't know if it happened or not, but they said they might revoke his bail, which means like they put him back in jail, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. I did hear that because it's like a breach of the yeah.
Or
a
whatever.
breach of
Yeah,
their, I don't know if there's a restraining
conditions.
order. Yeah. Yeah. Just not
Well, yeah,
allowed
well, there's
around each other probably.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I just think it was stupid. But like I said, there was a couple different things that I thought of throughout the fucking last little bit that I wanted to bring up, but I forget now. Did you guys see the thing I posted on 4G with the fucking Meek Mill diving?
I don't think I saw that.
Yo,
Sorry, yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, GG, yeah, it's too funny, man.
The most recent fucking news I seen actually in the hip hop world is Kendrick Lamar is leaving TDE after this next album of his.
Oh no way.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
That's the biggest news. I just saw that today actually, and I was like, shit, I should fucking take note of that. Cause well, for one, he hasn't dropped an album since well, I guess he did the soundtrack for Black Panther, but he hasn't done an album since Damn with Humble on it.
Yeah, yeah.
That came out in like fuck, man, 2015 or 17.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
I was gonna say 15 or 16 for sure.
So
yeah, that's a bit.
and like
true,
with everything that's going on, you think he'd have something like, you know what I mean? He's got something to say. You would think.
Yeah,
the way the world's been from then till now, you know what I mean?
And like like him of all people, he's knows how to say it too, right?
Yeah.
I just heard a fucking song with him in it recently, like just today we listened to the satellite radio and shit.
Yeah.
I forget what the fuck. I forget what it was called, but I don't think it's his song. He's just in it. But it was a good verse. As if he's leaving TDE though. It's crazy because I felt like he fit in there a little bit with all the like that's like Ab-Soul and fucking like Q and fucking J-Rock.
Yeah. Who's that other one? Not Boogie, but
fuck.
That other young lad. Fuck. He made big noise too. He just dropped that album. Fucking. Oh, that's gonna bother me.
Young lad.
Yeah, I think he's younger. Yeah. Ab-Soul, Schoolboy, Kendrick, J-Rock, he said.
Yeah.
Isn't there another?
There might even be a couple, but
yeah.
You know, and they're like Black Hippie too.
Yeah. That's it. Wait, sorry, that's an artist? Black Hippie?
No, that's like them. Like I think they call themselves Black Hippie as well. I'm not 100%. Don't quote me. It might just be like a couple of them, but I'm pretty sure like that group calls themselves Black Hippie.
Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty big. And then
really.
Kanye and his Dota album. Although, like, I feel like this week I haven't seen a whole lot to do with that, but like either last week or the week before, man, just like constant, like seeing these videos of his listening parties in Mercedes-Benz Stadium where he's like lifted out of the stadium and like him in his little room where he like sleeps on a cot and records, and he just like live stream it. It looked like he was in like a prison cell almost. And on top of it all, he hasn't shown his face once. He's got like this black fucking pullover
I seen that. I saw him. It
Anyways.
looks like he was at like a stadium or something like that. He was walking up the stairs, and he's
Yeah, man, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. He's rented the whole stadium out just to like live and sleep in that one room. But he's rented it out to sell tickets to all these people that come in for a live listening party of his album.
I mean, that's pretty genius if you think
Well,
about it.
I have to
it's
say, like,
marketing at its best, really.
yeah, and it's something no one's ever done before, right?
Right.
So yeah, you look at him and you're like, you're pretty crazy for like the room, the face covering.
Well, he is
You
crazy.
also have to understand he is crazy, and he probably thinks of these things. You know what I mean? He's like, people will be like,
Oh,
it doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. People will tune in to be like, you
It's a-
see what Kanye's doing?
yeah,
This guy's a
attention.
freak,
Yeah.
man. You see,
Yeah.
you're like,
somebody brought
So-
Kanye up the other day, and I said, "Man, I'm like, the thing is like, I don't really like Kanye, whatever. You know, I liked his old music and shit, whatever. But like, he's crazy. There's something wrong with this guy, like whatever, right? But I think what it is like in the future, man. Like when like people say like artists aren't even like they're not like understood or like recognized
yeah,
or
because
whatever
they're ahead of their time.
until they die. And I think in the future, man, like people will be like, wow, what a genius, you know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
whoever I said this to, they were like, you're fucked. No fucking way, like whatever, he's a fucking idiot. And I was like, man, I'm not saying that he's a genius. I'm just saying that in the future, I think people will look back and go, look at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I think you're right, and I don't know if it was on the Joe Rogan podcast with him, but I sure fucking remember a conversation about exactly that. Something
Yeah.
that'll be remembered in the future. You know what I mean? Something, it's like, I guess it, as an artist, it'd be a pretty big thing to understand, to break from the now and think about the future, right? Because it's like everlasting music, right? That's what a musician should want, is their music to like live on forever, right?
yeah.
So that's probably what he's thinking. You know what I mean? Like, how can I make my music still, you know what I mean, be relevant in 10, 15 years from now, when everything is changing so fast at this day and age, you know?
Yeah, I think he's trying to do more than just music, though, right? Too like he,
Mhm.
I can't. I don't know if it was the Sway interview or a different interview that he had. It was like a super long interview, and I listened to like a good chunk of it. And this was like a number of years ago, before he did half the crazy shit that he's done now. But like he's like comparing himself to like Disney, you know, like the great minds of like,
Yeah.
the past and shit, like he does. And just the way he like articulated what he was trying to say was that it's like, why do we, as artists, let these people pay us for what we're doing when we should be taking
Mhm.
control of this and like building empires on our own merits
Yeah.
and our own, you know, accomplishments. And I think
Mhm.
I think he just words things in a way where he sounds like super arrogant and douchey, and like nobody's like, you know, no one's gonna, if you call yourself a fucking genius mind of the world, no one's, everyone, you know what I mean? Like no one's gonna give that to
Mhm.
you until, like you say, Styles, like after you're gone and people look back at your legacy and then realize, oh, you know what? Like maybe he wasn't so crazy after all. He just had
Yeah.
a different way of thinking about the world and like
Yeah.
how he was doing things. Like I said, I'm not the hugest fan of Kanye either, but after listening to that interview, like it changed my perspective of like his mindset of like how he's like,
Yeah.
doing what he's doing, you know. And it
For
is. I
sure,
think
I
it is.
agree.
I think it is a little bit genius. There's definitely an ounce of genius in there.
Yeah.
Like book, like all this big like business plan thing, and he was going to he was asking all these people for money and shit, right? But like I saw a thing online that was like his book or like his like business plan shit. Part of it was to like build himself this fucking ass fucking mansion. There was gonna be like a fucking like $10 million fucking dollar theater and shit, and like all this
Right.
fucking right. And I was like, yo, I'm like, no wonder people are thinking this guy's fucked up. I'm like, he's like, this is whenever he like really like, to me anyway, started to seem crazy, like real crazy. He's like, he was asking for something like $43 billion, like from
Yeah.
a bunch of this
From like Adidas and shit.
was a time limit.
Oh
Thank-
fuck yeah.
It just said it upgraded to no time limit though.
Fucking right. We just need to keep pushing the limits, boys.
Yeah.
But no, so I was like, yo, man, this guy's fucked up. Like, he's like asking people. So like he wasn't asking for $53 billion from one person. He's asking from a bunch of different people.
Like investors and shit.
In this house and all this. I'm like, that's like fucked up, you know? But even in the end, like you said, like later on, fucking someone could be like, man, like, no, that's fucking awesome, you know? But even this thing, I actually think this idea right now that he's doing is already genius because it's new, it's different, whatever. It's kind of like cock teasing everybody or whatever. Like it's prolonging the thing, but I at the same time, I think it's good. It's almost like the fucking it's coming. Whole Lot of Red from Playboy Cardi. It was coming.
Oh yeah.
Coming, it didn't come. But the thing is he just did that on the level of like, hey guys, like it's coming. Okay, it's not coming. Okay, it's coming. Okay, it's not coming. But like Kanye is doing it on this like huge fucking stage, like in front of everyone. You know what I mean? Like it's an exhibit in itself, right?
Yeah, he's like selling tickets to fucking for listening parties, you know what I mean? And his the feature list on this album is like, you know what I mean? It's fucking long. And they're all huge artists.
Oh fuck.
I think he even has a song with Jay-Z on there actually.
That'd be interesting. After what they went through.
First song, yeah, exactly. First song they've done since before all that, like, you know. Well, we were just talking about it. He went fucking crazy a little while ago with like, Jay-Z, don't send killers after me or whatever. Remember that? I forgot what that was all over.
But wait, yo, I just want to say, everybody tuning in, go watch the vlogs so you guys can see yourselves on here and see me on here. I'm going to put the light back and shit, but just wave. Everybody out there, wave, comment. Go comment on both.
Hey.
Yeah, putting the camera back. But I mean, like I said, man, it is kind of like it is a good idea, you know? Like it's a different thing.
It's exactly.
Like looked at differently right now at the moment, but I think a lot of people appreciate it after, and like, the thing is, like, people mistake me saying that for me being on like Team Kanye or like I like Kanye, but it's not about that. It's just I personally think that that's how it's gonna go, you know?
Yeah.
Eventually,
especially like
Picasso paints all the fucking shit with the faces all fucked up, and like at the time, people were probably like, "What's wrong with this guy?"
Exactly.
And then like now, fucking worry how much, you know?
Yeah. And that's it too. Like once you like understand how it all works, you know what I mean? Like there used to be a formula. The way the music industry was run was like, you know what I mean? There was almost a formula that was followed. You know what I mean? Now it's like you gotta break the barriers.
Yeah, find new ways
something different
to get money coming in.
Exactly. Yeah. Eyes on you, because like everyone's so stuck in one way. When you do something so different like that, you get such a high reaction, you know what I mean? People will love it, but then the people that are like older and stuck in that way will be like, that's outrageous. But then they'll probably grow to be like, that's actually genius, because in this day and age, you know what I mean? He thought of something to do that's different.
You know what it'll take, man? It'll just take one person to do something very similar in the next couple of years, and then boom.
It's like a trend.
All of a sudden, it's the greatest idea in the world. Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
So, I mean, like somebody does something similar to that, maybe not to that extent or whatever, or like maybe even to a greater extent, but someone does the same type of thing, or even to their own fucking like, you know, context or whatever. I just think if once somebody else does the same thing or a similar thing, it's gonna be everyone's gonna be like, oh yeah, no, that is a good idea. Yeah, you're right, you know. But I also don't think that anybody's gonna be following Kanye's footsteps. right now.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so I think it'll take a few decades, and then all of a sudden people will be like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
Right. Totally, man. And they'll be like, "Oh, he was selling tickets to a listening party." Like that might be the biggest thing, you know. Like listening parties used to be exclusive. I don't know if they were free or not. Usually held at a nightclub, but he was like throwing on a legitimate show, sold out stadium, but he didn't sing a lyric. He just like he's in the middle of the arena and he's just like vibing out to the songs. You know what I mean?
So yeah, that's crazy too. But like, I didn't know that he was like. Someone just told me that I saw the pictures of the room, but I thought that was like his like the for the album. You know what I mean? Like the front cover of the album.
Right. Okay.
Um, but then somebody else recently was telling me, yeah, like no, he's like staying in this little room to like do all this shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that takes it to another level, you know, like it's crazy.
For sure it does. Like, and the room's like prison, you know what I mean? It doesn't look very cozy or nice, but
Yeah. Well, and you know what's
doing
crazy
it.
too, though, is man, fucking, he went crazy when his fucking mom died from the fucking surgery
Yeah.
he paid for or whatever, you know. So like now, like him and Kim broke up, and it's like now he's doing some dumb shit too, you know, or like I shouldn't say dumb
Right.
shit.
Yeah.
I just praised him for it, but you know what I mean. Like he's like doing some outrageous stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like it's almost like maybe where he gets his fucking artistic shit from.
Yeah, man.
As do most
yeah.
people, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we all like, you know, he came out as bipolar. He made that
Oh, did he?
album. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you make it sound like a
And
decision.
right. Yeah.
No, I'm
Well,
just joking, man. But
it's just the way he did it though, because he came out with that album. I forget what it's called. Do you remember, Jonesy?
Was it the I don't remember the name of it, but it was like a gospel sort of like religious thing that he did.
Yeah, I think so. And he like came out to God and all that at that time or whatever. But yeah. Um oh shit. I'm trying to like fucking retain that memory for a second. But yeah, he was saying how when he's on his meds, he doesn't have that creative edge, but when he's off them, he does. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
that's where you see all the weird stuff.
but I mean, like,
But you never
that
know if
also
it's
makes
all
sense.
for act or it does make sense for sure. Because if you're off your meds and you're acting a little manic, you know what I mean? You can't get control of yourself. You know, bipolar isn't like, it can be a lot of things. It's
Yeah.
basically high energy and then low energy crash. But it doesn't
Yo.
mean you're like raging fucking, you know what I mean? So
Yo, you
you
see
can
that
just be
shit?
Kanye with like crazy creative ideas.
What's his face? Fucking Bam Margera.
Yeah.
He's like fucking, I don't know, schizophrenic or something, or bipolar or some shit. Maybe whatever.
Yeah.
But he, you ever see the shit that he invented, like a language and shit?
Really?
Man, he has this whole language with he has a whole alphabet and shit. He can like literally he can write it like me and you write English, and
No
like
way.
it's like he has a whole like I've seen like the pictures of it and shit. He has like a whole alphabet, and then it shows him like
That's
writing
crazy.
messages and shit, and then like people breaking down the messages and shit like that. But apparently, it's normal for like people that I forget what it is. It's either schizophrenia or bipolar, but it's
I
normal
feel
for
like
them to make this type of shit up.
I feel like that's schizophrenia.
Yeah, that does sound like a
Okay,
schizophrenic
yeah.
thing for sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I didn't
so
know
guess
that
he made
about
up this
Bam
thing.
though.
No,
Me
no.
neither.
And but the thing is like my point is like would you be able to just like make up a language and shit?
No.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't even know where the fuck to start, you know?
Yeah.
Unless it's like literally just like fucking I mean, I guess if it's like if you just make a shape for each letter and then you're just it's still spelt in English, but it's just a different thing. But I think he speaks it. I think he speaks it like all fucked up and shit. So I don't think it is just like, you know what I mean? Like we can make our own code thing where it's like fucking like this slash means fucking S, and you know, and like this little fucking squiggle thing means this, and then we just crack the code, right? But the thing is like I think he actually like speaks it a different way, and it's all fucked up. Thank you.
Crazy.
Oh, can you can we do this?
Yeah.
You want to get my beard for me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a mic. That's an actual like comb.
Oh yeah, no, it doubles as both. It's a brush mic hybrid.
Styles.
You can get them at your.
Getting the A-class treatment.
Okay, yeah. No, it's a you can get them at it'd be better if I could remember the name. It'd be a funny joke, but Place Music Store there. Long and McQuaid, there we go. But anyways, no, it's just a microphone. Comb. No, there's no microphone in it.
Right.
It's just
regular
a brush,
old brush.
We were just joking that like she was gonna come on the podcast last week, and she was like, "Should I bring my brush so that I could like use it as a microphone?"
Oh, right.
And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." And then you know what, man? We missed the best part. She totally fucking came out, fucking did all my shit, fucking even like fucking brushed my fucking armpit hairs and shit. But it got deleted.
That's king shit.
Remember, you were there. It was on the podcast last week.
Oh fuck, that's right. I wasn't like actually in, but I remember telling you I saw like.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I seen her like cutting your hair
and it got deleted.
Right.
They're telling me I'm hearing in my other microphone we need getting too much shine over here. I need a little bit of powder. One sec here.
Oh yeah. That's hilarious. Makeup.
Thank you.
Perfect.
There we go. Perfect. Thanks.
Man.
It's Alexis in makeup.
Shout out.
Also in microphone.
She's also the key grip for my microphone. Could you give me one of those?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, perfect. I'll hold this for you. It's
It smells like vodka.
It smells like vodka, but like I had an issue where I didn't taste vodka, so
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Vodka.
Yeah.
I have some soda water in there. A little bit of orange juice or whatever.
Yeah,
This
just
is
put
solid.
vodka in a
Reporting to you, man.
glass. I'll be good.
Yeah, fuck. I had a couple bottles of water in here anyway, so I mean, fuck.
Be good to go.
But yeah, no. I don't even know what the fuck
Shit.
I'm talking about, man.
What were you just saying? Yeah, because I was totally going to say something off that. The whole, it's like slipping away like a dream right now.
You're talking about making up languages, I think.
Yes,
the last
making
thing?
up
that's right.
languages. And,
Yeah,
and
yes.
Bam. That's what I was going to say. You hear Bam is suing Johnny Knoxville and Jackass.
Right.
What a fucking, I don't know, man. Honestly, I feel really bad for the guy, man. Like, I feel really bad for the guy.
Me too.
But, like,
Yeah.
he can help
I feel
himself.
bad
But, like,
for him. Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like when you hear the story, it's like, well, they were just trying to help you. But then you hear his side
dude.
and you're like, yeah, it kind of sounds like a bit of like entrapment. You know what I mean? You were forced to like do things you might not have wanted to do, but it sounds like it was to better yourself. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, oh man, like I don't know how to feel. I feel bad for you, but like it almost seems like they were trying to get the best for you. So it's like, you know.
dude, he did the same fucking thing to fucking Steve-O.
I was just gonna say that if Steve-O can like turn, like Steve-O, like
dude,
he's
Sorry,
like sober now, like he's like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like he's got his own podcast. He's like doing his thing.
Yeah,
like,
he's doing well, and he used to be really addicted, man. Like
he was
nitrous
fucked up, man. Like if you've heard some of his stories, even on his podcast, like he talks about it,
Crazy,
about like how down this spiral that he went down.
Cheers to Alexis makeup.
Hey, cheers.
Oh, and the key grip holder. Thank you, sweetheart. She's just a fucking sweetheart. Speaking of
like
pulled pork, fucking poutine there. But
Nice.
um,
But yeah,
okay, where were we? Okay, wait, with the
just
okay,
Bam,
yeah,
Bam, and all
but
that.
yeah, man. So I watched the thing. I watched many things. I dissected Steve-O's life, man. The guy, there's a thing on it was on like MTV or some shit, and the guy had like it was like an hour or some shit, and it was like Steve-O was like fucked up, man. Like the whole video was him just like doing whippets and like fucking sniffing
Yeah.
PCP and like all this shit, getting arrested and like breaking walls and like fucking. He's like his neighbor in the apartment building called the cops on him. He's in there doing whippets with a camera by himself, fucking sniffing everything he can, and the neighbor calls the cops on him because he's playing music too loud. He's playing his own fucking rap album. And fucking the guy called the cops, so the cops showed up and they're like, hey, yeah, fuck man, if we have to come back, we're fucking arresting you and shit. Like this guy called the cops. So he goes and he breaks the fucking wall and shit. Oh, thank you, man. So he breaks the wall and shit. And he puts the speaker into the wall and blasts the music into the neighbor's fucking like apartment,
No
right?
way.
Then he
Yeah.
goes out and he's kicking the neighbor's door and shit. And he's like, get the fuck out of my building. Like every time he kicks it, he's saying some shit.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then he goes back in and he's hanging out and the fucking cops show up and knock on the door, right? And they're like, okay, man, yeah, he's at the camera and he's smoking a cigarette. And they're like, hey, man, yeah, you got to come out here, like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Can you put the camera down? So he goes and he puts the camera down, like, where it can still see what's going on. And then he walks back out and they're like, can you put the cigarette out? And so he turns around and he's like, puts the cigarette out. But all he's wearing is a pair of shorts. He has nothing else on, man. Pair of shorts.
Right.
Well, they take him outside. They're arresting him for vandalism and fucking like disturbing the peace and shit. So they
Right.
arrest him. Then they search his fucking pockets and they find a half ounce of cocaine. So they rearrest him for possession of cocaine. Then when he gets out of jail, this guy picks him up and he fucking does a bunch of shit, like whatever, I don't know, whippets or whatever the fuck. Does a bunch of shit. So he's outside of the police station or the jail or whatever, and there's a guy trying to get a fucking like a signature from him and like an autograph. And he gets up on the car and he's standing in the car. He's like, no, he's like, get away. And he's like yelling and he's all fucked up and shit.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
then the cops roll up, they turn the lights on and they roll up to him. They're like, Steve-O, like, is everything all right? He's like, yeah. And he gets down, he like signs the guy's shit. And he's like, no, we're good. Yeah. And he gets in the car and they drive away. But my point is that shows you like how fucked up he was. Like he was fucked.
Yeah.
Like he was like he would like do whippets to the point where like he was like all he was doing was whippets. So he would like
Yeah.
take a whippet, fucking change the cartridge,
Yeah.
blow it out and go and take another one. So do that a few times over and over and over again, right? So he was just literally breathing this nitrous shit, right?
Just
to the point where like if you see the videos and shit, man, he's like talking in this devil voice and like all this fucked up shit. Like he's fucked.
Yeah.
He said,
I
man, he
remember
saw
him
people
talking about that.
people walking through his apartment and shit. Like a guy walks into his apartment, picks up the bong, smokes the bong, and like walks out of the apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So shortly after that happened, man, fucking the whole team rolled up, like Bam and a bunch of dudes. Like Bam's like, yo, I'm coming over, whatever. He's like, cool, man, stop by. So Bam showed up with a bunch of people and they're like, hey man, you need help, man.
It's time to get help. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, he was like, I forget, man. I think he was like reluctant at first, but then at the same time, he was like, these guys came to me. So obviously it's a thing and I should do it. So he went and did it. But my point is like, man, I'm like the same people that fucking, that did that for Steve-O are turning around and doing that for you. I would see that in a whole different light. That would wake me right the fuck up and be like, holy shit, wait a second, man. I was on the other side with you guys talking to this guy. And now you guys are on that side talking to me. Shit, man, wait, something like I gotta wake up, like something happened, you know?
For sure.
And I mean, at the same time too, that's fucking it's wrong of me to say this is what I would do, and you know, that's what he should have done or whatever. But at the same time, I mean, I can't really I can't make that decision until I'm in that position.
Yeah. There's only one major difference between the two of them.
No,
and
it's true.
Ryan.
Yeah,
it's Ryan Dunn. You know what I mean?
No, it's true. Yeah.
It'd be like,
and the other thing is Bam was more of a bigger thing. Like Steve was big and shit, and like Jackass was big and stuff, but Bam was already a big thing.
Yeah,
You
and
know what I
he's
mean? Bam
used.
had his
And
own deck and
he's
shit. He was
used.
like the lead singer of the band, you know?
Oh yeah, and he's used to getting his way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he never had to listen to his parents once in his life or
Fuck, the
anybody.
guy has a fucking castle, man.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like,
you know?
I feel like he's
Yeah.
starting to look like Phil now. If you look at him, like he looks like his dad.
Oh.
he's big. Yeah.
For sure. I saw a picture or something or whatever of him, and someone commented on it like, like Phil's looking good or something like that. Like, Phil's looking good for his age.
That's actually funny shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That is crazy.
Yeah, man. Like,
No, I feel bad for the dude, man. Like he had a fucking video too where like he was like with his wife in like a store and shit, or like no, she was in the car in this fucking store in the parking lot, and he came out of the store and was like, brother, what you do and shit.
mm,
Caught some of that.
yeah, you're skipping out big time.
Here, go fuck yourself and fucking
coming back.
What's that?
You skipped out a bit, but it's coming back here slowly.
Okay, we're back.
I can hear
But-
you good,
no,
but your
so he
video's
went to
all
the store.
frozen.
Your beard looks
Went
good
into
in
the
this
store.
picture.
I guess he bought a bunch of like shit.
Little shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, froze again.
Okay.
It's coming back. It must be getting adjusted because you're coming back in.
Yeah, I know what's going on.
You're good now, I think.
Okay, sorry boys. It's either because
No,
I went
no.
too far away from my my headphone thing, or it's because I went away from the internet or some shit. But okay, so
Internet for sure.
what was I saying? I was saying the thing with the other stuff, with the stuff in the things.
Bam, someone came in. You're talking about Bam, and then you're talking
Yeah.
about some fellow people coming in to help him.
Oh no, I was talking about his wife, him and his wife.
Yes, that's
So
it.
he went
yeah.
into this like sex store or some shit. And his
Okay.
wife's waiting in the car, and like I told somebody this, and like maybe he was making a video, and that was the joke about it, you know. And I was like, I don't know,
Right.
right? Like maybe, but like he went into the store and he bought a bunch of like dildos and shit or whatever, and he brought it out to
Okay.
the car, and his girlfriend's waiting in the car, and he walks out, or his wife, whatever, he walks out, and he throws all this shit on the driver's seat. It's like dildos and fucking like whatever, and he's like, here. Fucking here you go, blah blah blah. You can go fuck yourself and all this and whatever, blah blah blah. And like was just like reaming her right out, and she was like, "What the fuck?" And like she's like looked like she was about to cry, but he like posted the video on Instagram and shit, and I was like, "It's kind of fucked up, man." Like I get it, like I don't know, maybe if it was a funny joke, but like, but it's still not really a funny joke. It's like a select audience that's funny to.
Right.
But at the same, like if she's in on it, okay, cool, like that's all right, maybe I guess. But at the same time, I was like, I think he's just straight up being a fucking dick to his wife, you know? Like it was just like,
Yeah.
I just saw it and was like, I'm embarrassed for this guy, and then it just went on and on and on. That was before they started to do the Jackass 4 or whatever the fuck it was.
Right. Yeah.
And so that was like the start of like shit, he's embarrassing himself, you know? And then it went on and on and on and on and on. And then with Jackass 4 and him getting kicked out and shit, I'm like, oh man, it's over. The poor guy. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's over. I mean, at the end of the day, it all does come down to you. I would never
Yeah,
say
oh, yeah.
his situation would be one of the hardest to overcome, for sure. Like, you know what I mean? It's like doing this shit and then like, you know what I mean? Styles like the worst happens to you or something. It'd be like, fuck, you know what I mean?
yeah.
You'd be lost. And then like it's almost even deeper with them because they were like, you know what I mean? They were so far into it with just like the all the shows they had together. You know what I mean? Just like it'd be hard to find your place within it again without that person.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Because even too, like he
So-
was a fucking like. Not only was he a big like, he was part of the face of the thing because like,
Well, he created it, right? Like
Well, yeah, and everyone knew
Jackass or like CKY and
everyone
like
knew. Well, yeah, everyone knew Bam Margera before they knew fucking CKY and Jackass and shit, right? Like
Mhm.
Bam, like I said, Bam had like his own decks and shit. Like this guy was like a fucking. Him and Chad Muska are up there for like the biggest in skateboarding. You know what I mean? In the sense of like
Right.
people like they have their own specific following. You know.
Right.
But then like it's like and at the same time too, don't get me wrong, I mean part of that is because of Jackass and CKY. But my point is like
But that's what they
I
created, though.
I
Like,
think like I think and I think what I'm saying is kind of just reiterating what you're saying is that it's like making Jackass 4 without like Bam Margera or whatever. Like it's like
yeah,
I don't know how to make that like an analogy, but it's like he's like the lead. Like I said, he's like the lead singer of the band.
yeah.
So like, how do we do it
There's a
without
huge part
like that
missing.
guy, right? And like I feel like also too, he was a bit of the hype, like the not the hype, but like the hype man. You know what I mean? Like he's like, yeah,
Mhm.
let's go and do this thing. Oh, we're all doing it because he's doing it too, and like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we're all in it together.
yeah. I feel
So yeah,
like
I think no, go ahead.
I feel like he had like Bam was like really good for the reactions, you know what I mean? Like Steve-O and Knoxville were like, yeah, I'll do it. But Bam would be the one that's like, I don't fucking know, man. Like, I don't like snakes, or like I always remember
Yeah.
the one. I always remember the one with the rubber balls, that thing that fucking they shoot it at them. It's Knoxville, Bam, and Steve-O, I think.
oh, all right,
You
it's
guys
like
remember that one?
yeah,
And Bam is like
Oh, the
super
rubber
like, I
bullet.
don't.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
he's
like a
almost
fucking.
crying.
Yeah, he's like almost crying after it or whatever. But you know what I mean? Like Steve-O and
Yeah.
Knoxville. Knoxville's like, yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. And
Yeah.
Bam is like getting the content. You know what I mean? He's like, I don't know, guys, like whatever. And then the same thing with the snake when they trap him in with that cobra or whatever. You like get the best reaction from him because he's like, fuck
Yeah.
no, I'm not. You know what I mean? And they're like pulling a prank on him. He was like the epicenter, because you could rely on him for a good stunt and a laugh, and then you could rely on him for like pranking him and being scared and shit.
But
Like,
everything, because even with the skating too, it's like, yo, the guy's gonna fucking hurl himself down some fucking
Yeah.
like 18 stair handrail, The guy's gonna
Yeah.
drop in off of fucking whatever. That he was big for dropping in off shit. Like he would just fucking drop down on a
Right.
So I'm
big shit.
dropping like on a giant quarter pipe into like eight set up pieces of like drywall. It's like
Yeah.
as soon as it got to the
Yeah,
bottom,
yeah.
it's just like drywall, and he's like smashed right
Yeah.
through it all.
Fuck.
But even like other than like ramps and shit, this guy though, like he would just find anything like a big bridge thing. He would just go up, fucking drop in and like ride down it or whatever. He'd find some big fucking thing and just drop in right down it. Or like places where it was like a big bank and then it would be like a 6-foot like straight drop and then the sidewalk and then the road, and he would just like come out and fucking onto the road. But he was big for that shit. It's like, yo, like other than just like the stunt shit, the guy could ride a skateboard. So and the other thing is I honestly think he's one of those guys. Like there was Keith Hirchart too. He's a skateboarder. I think I have the Heath Kirchart, sorry, I think is his name.
Okay.
But anyways, the guy like he said I like to slam. I like to fall down on my skateboard because if I fall down, he's like, that gives me the drive to get up and like do it again, right?
Right.
But I think Bam was one of those guys too. So the thing is like he goes out and he does this thing and he slams, he gets up and does it again. He likes to do it. But I think that some of these fucking guys are like sick fucks where like they get off on it, like the pain and shit.
For
Like
sure, yeah.
like that Zach, have you seen the Zach ass guy?
I don't think so.
No,
you might have seen him. You might not have just related his name to Zach ass, but he's just like big chubby dude, glasses. Like he's got like curly black hair. He's just big chubby white dude, like glasses. Fucking, he does like stupid shit. He'll like jump off his roof and shit into the pool and like do stupid shit.
Right.
But this kid, like when I see him do shit, like man, like they're like throwing shit at his nuts and shit. Like it's like, but when I see the kid do shit, I'm like, I think this kid likes to be hurt. You know what I mean? Like I think it like turns
Yeah.
him on or some shit. Like I think it's like some sick twisted thing. But that's my point. Is I think that I feel like Bam and like fucking Johnny Knoxville especially are two dudes that just like to be fucking hurt. You know?
Yeah, their
Oh,
brains are
fuck.
wired slightly differently than the rest of
Seems
us.
like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So and especially
Yo, I'll
with
be right
Bam is
back,
like I
quick.
said. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And like I said, especially with Bam, Bam's like the fucking. Like I said, he'll go and it's like, okay, cool. We got a clip of Bam doing fucking Smith grind down this fucking, like I said, 18 stair handrail. Sick. We also have 2 clips of Bam wiping right the fuck out, almost dead on the same handrail. Sick. That's footage, right? And then it's like 2 days later, we got fucking Bam jumped off this fucking roof in a bicycle into the fucking tree. Like, boom, more footage, right? But my point is, I feel like Bam was the all around dude, right? He didn't just do this or this or this or this. He was like doing all of this stuff, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like you say, man, it's I feel bad for him too. He's kind of took a downward spiral, and I hope he figures his shit out and turns
definitely.
things around like Steve-O did, and like actually like becomes
Oh, dude.
productive in a
He-
in a positive sense.
You know what the worst part is about this? Is our guy he was at a point, man. I watched another fucking hour-long thing on MTV or some shit, but it wasn't about Steve-O, it was about fucking Bam. And man, the whole fucking thing was about how Bam is like completely fucking gone the other way and he's not drinking and he's doing this and he's going to the doctor to find out like what he needs to do and how to do it to be able to skateboard again and how to do this and that. And like the doctor there, they had the doctor there saying in this fucking thing, the doctor said, yo, he's like, when you drink like that, it dries out your like your ligaments and your cartilage and like all this shit. Like, so all your joints get like dried the fuck out. So they're saying like, yo, Bam, like your fucking shit's all dried out. But the thing is like you can't like really like you can kind of like undo it, but you can't really undo it. But you can kind of like
Make it a little better.
yeah, like exactly. Yeah, like
little less
you can
worse.
yeah, you can skateboard again, but it's never gonna be like when you were fucking 25 or like whatever, right?
Right.
But so they were trying to get him into that position where he could skateboard again. So like by the end of this fucking 1 hour documentary thing or whatever the fuck it was, by the end of it, he's actually skateboarding in the video. And like I said, so I got mad hiccups, man. So
It's all
like I
that
said,
vodka.
the doctors, man, it is. The doctor said it fucking dries out your joints and shit. So it's hard to just like be fucking an alcoholic like that and then just turn around and start skateboarding again like you used to, So my point is by the end of this documentary, they're talking about how like Bam like went from not only like quitting alcohol and like doing this and that, but he was like on the road literally to recovery where he wanted to start skateboarding again and get his body better again. He was like working out, trying to get everything better again. And then like I said, then within a year or so, it was all this fucking bullshit. And then for the Jackass 4 started coming where they're going to start recording it. And then it was just a big boom. I was like, oh man, I feel so bad. Because like I said, I just watched this thing a few years ago where it's like, yo, Bam is like doing his thing and Bam's like getting better and he's trying to skateboard more and he's doing this and that. And then all of a sudden it's just like, oh yeah, like no, he's just a dick. Like I shouldn't say he's a dick. He's not just it's misunderstood.
No, dick, but what it was I forget what company Jackass is distributed through.
It's like Dick
It's
House.
MTV, is it not? Dick
Universal
House, yeah.
Dick House.
But it's MTV, is it not? Because like Jeff Tremaine is like Jeff Tremaine is an MTV producer, bro.
Right. So they, after like everyone was like signed on or whatever, they were like making them do like regular checkups and things like that, right? And I guess he heavily disagreed with it. You know what I mean?
Wait, what do you mean? Since they started number 4?
filming it. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
one of the stipulations
Okay,
that
yeah.
he could only be on the movie if he stayed clean and sober, and he had to prove
Okay.
constantly that he was like sober and straight or whatever. And I
Okay,
guess
okay.
some
Like 3 times a day, not just like at the end of the day or the morning. It was like periodically through the day.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, no, I thought you just meant like, yeah, no, that
Wasn't
makes
it,
sense,
like-
but
like something that tipped him, like I guess he was like taking Adderall or something like that,
but
and-
like
Okay.
that's
and that's what like
it
they
can
kick-
though,
they
man.
kicked
If
him
you
off.
do that, oh, that's what kicked him off. I thought you were saying
that's
that's
what
what
I
fucked
mean.
him up.
No, I think like well,
But I mean,
don't
like,
know.
but that's
Maybe I'm wrong, but I heard I just in the back of my mind
but like
seem to
the guy
remember
was
something.
drinking too.
I don't know. It probably was, but yeah, he seems to claim that like he was just taking Adderall, and that's why it broke the whatever
But even then-
clause in the contract that he had to stay sober.
But
Right.
I mean, like, but even then, I don't know.
that would break it. You know what I mean?
But
like
it depends, right? But here's I feel two different ways on that. I feel like if you have a doctor's prescription for Adderall, then like that's the way it goes. It's just what the doctor said so, right?
Right.
But at the same time,
right.
you could also pay the doctor to tell your friends that, right? But at the same
That
time,
is true.
I also don't really agree with Adderall because it's a methamphetamine, and I personally think that it's not like it's
Yeah,
a
well,
cheat
that's
code.
it
It's a
too.
cheat code, man.
Yeah, if your issue is substance abuse, realistically,
It's a thing.
yeah, nothing. You know what I mean? Nothing.
Yeah.
should
Well,
be
even
allowed
like my
realistically.
well, even like one of my buddies, he used to be I won't say his name, but one of my buddies, he used to be like he used to like opiates and shit. He used to smoke crack.
Mhm.
He used to smoke or like smoke like patches and shit like that. But I mean, like the guy's going on like 8 or 9 years this December. You know, like he's fucking clean as a whistle.
Sobriety.
Smoke
Yeah.
some weed and shit, right? But like, anyways, but my point is he said to me one day, like I was talking about my back and shit, and he said to me one day, he goes, man, he's like, I'm worried about like that time when, you know, I'm fucking 50 or 60 or fucking whatever, 100 years old, and they're like, yo, yeah, your back's all fucked. You need to take these fucking like whatever pills, right? Because I got prescribed Dilaudid one time, which is like people buy those on the street to get fucked up, you know. I didn't even get the
Yeah.
prescription. I didn't even go and get it because I was like, yo, it's fucked up. I'm not taking that.
Yeah. I'm gonna try
But,
to step out and smoke one.
I got those
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
hospital, the Dilaudid.
Yeah, man, that's
Yeah,
what they
I
gave me.
did
The
too
one
with
time-
my thumb.
Even worse, man. That day I walked into the hospital. I said, "Hey, man, I'm having a back spasm." They normally give me fucking Tramadol, Toradol, fucking Flexerol, fucking this and that, whatever.
Like
I
a
forget
muscle
what. But
relaxant.
yeah. But I said they normally give me these 3 things. They said, "Okay, cool. Yeah, here you go. You are having a back spasm. Boom, boom, boom. Here's this shit. Here's the prescription." And whenever I went to Ottawa, like I said, they were just like, "Here you go. Go away. Fucking take your shit." But in Renfrew, they're just like, "Oh yeah, we'll give you a couple Tylenols and like whatever. You're good." But my point is when I went in Ottawa, I got the fucking prescription. I look at it, I'm like, yo, this prescription's for Dilaudid, man. I'm like, back in high school, one of my buddies, like aunts, like sold Dilaudid. Like people are like smoking the shit, getting fucked up, you know.
It's crazy.
But my point is like, so my point is they give me this Dilaudid. I didn't even take the prescription. I fucking threw it out. I don't want the shit, right? My back's fucked up, but I don't want to be like sleeping and shit. Like I don't want the
Mhm.
shit. Anyways, but my point is my homie said to me, he said, man, he's like, yeah, I used to be on this shit. I used to do this shit. He's like, now I'm off the shit, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But he says, what happens when I'm fucking 80 years old and they're like, yo, dude, your back's all fucked up. You need to take these Dilaudids or you need to take these Oxys or you need to fucking hit this patch or like whatever, right? He goes, what happens when they give me a prescription for some shit? He's like, because I feel like he says, he's like, I feel like no matter what, man, he's like, I'm just like, I want to fucking get high off this shit, you know? Like he thinks about it every day. So he's like, what happens when they give me a prescription to do this shit? He's like, am I breaking my sobriety? You know, he's like, or am I like helping
Kinda.
myself because I need it, you know? And yeah, that's what he says. He's like, I look at it as breaking my sobriety. He's like, I don't think I'm going to do it. I was like, but if you need it and you're like really in pain, like, will you take it? He's like, I don't think so because I don't want to break my sobriety.
Right.
I'm like, I guess, because it could also turn over a new leaf too, where you're fucking 84 years old and now you're fucking addicted to fucking whatever again, you know? Like,
And that might just be why the doctor doesn't care because they're like, it's big pharma. You know what I mean? Oh, he's
Oh, and
80. He's close
Dude,
to the ends. Let's get the money we can from him.
especially in the States, bro. Like, so whenever I say this, I
Especially.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know 100% about Canada, but guaranteed information that I've acquired that is about the States 100% is that the fucking doctors are given stocks in these companies, right?
Hmm.
So you come to me and you're like, "Yeah, I got a sore throat. I've had a sore throat for a couple weeks." This guy's just got a sore throat. He has a cold and shit. Like, it's winter, man. Like, he's got a sore throat.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you have fucking strep throat and you need to take this and this
Yeah.
and this and fucking one of these. And then whenever you're done that first month of shit, you got to take this next couple weeks of shit just to fucking whatever, right?
Right.
I mean, that's exaggeration, but just use that as an example. But then all that money that you're paying is just boosting the stock of the company that I own free stocks in, because the company said, hey, if you boost this shit, you'll make money. We'll all make money. Everybody's fucking happy, right? So like I
Right,
said,
yeah.
I know for a fact that's the way it happens in the States. I don't know for a fact that it happens like that in Canada, but there's a good chance.
Oh, yeah. It's a business, right?
Sure though, man. Well, and it's funny too, because like people are like, some people are like, oh, you smoke weed? You're a fucking drug addict.
Yeah.
Well, my doctor told me that I should take this fucking thing. Like, man, me and you both know somebody that fucking owns a pharmacy that thinks that fucking weed is the fucking devil, but they'll take every fucking goddamn pharmaceutical that it takes to fucking
Yeah.
anything. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, like my food's green today. How do I fix it? Take this fucking thing. All right, I'll take it.
Mhm.
Oh, you want to
Yeah.
smoke a joint tonight? You're the fucking devil. You're a piece of shit. You know? And it's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
So I mean,
It's actually crazy.
I got a little
And
carried
they
away
have
on
these
that.
people convinced.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I got a bit carried away, but my point is like, yeah, it's like, okay, fucking, you'd much rather take a fucking, I don't know, like a Tylenol than like smoke a joint, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
And just
no,
breathe.
that's a bad example, because the Tylenol will take your headache away and the joint will just get you
Yeah.
stoned. but you know what I mean? It's like, or even too, it's like, yeah, you'll drink a glass of wine, but that fucking weed is no, don't ever
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. For sure, man. Like, I know some people that are convinced that, you know what I mean? An antidepressant or whatever kind of pill, lorazepam, clorazepam, anxiety, depression, whatever it might be, that's the only thing that will help them, when it's not true at all. Hey, what's going on?
Very.
What's going on?
Not much. Just I'm just gonna go. I've got some other scenes to go to touch up and makeup and stuff.
Okay.
And then the podcast business is just insane. They just need so much makeup and hair and they love the dual, microphone / hairbrush.
No, I feel you. Which you can get at Long and McQuaid, by the way.
Nice.
I personally bought this one at Shoppers Drug Mart in the Surrey location because I had gotten my hairbrush one day.
I want to go to
Definitely.
Mercury's house in Surrey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you soon.
Okay, bye here.
Okay, tell the other podcast to this side.
Okay, I don't like these me so bad. I'll leave this because I've got another one.
Okay. My makeup's good for now.
Yeah, do you want to touch up
No,
with
it's
me?
good. Is it good? I think it's good.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
Okay, we're getting no shine.
Yeah, it's great out here. Bye, everybody.
See you later.
Sorry about that. But
No, it's
that's
all
just
good.
makeup for makeup.
Adds content. Is she the owner of the house? Can you hear me?
I can
I
hear
think
you.
we're losing him a bit.
No?
A little bit.
We're better. I think.
Yeah, we're better for sure.
You just can't see me that good. Yeah, no, it's because when the internet disconnects on my phone, which is over there on the other side of the tent, it disconnects me from the headphones.
Okay, right. Have we gotten a warning for this one?
Oh no, I got a warning saying this is gonna be unlimited.
Right. Okay, sweet.
Yeah. So yeah,
I got a dip soon though. Anyways,
yeah.
not too long, but
Yeah, no worries, buddy.
it's been like 2 hours, 2 hours 20 minutes. Believe it or not.
Seriously?
Yeah.
No. It's actually been that long already.
It's 2 hours 20 minutes.
That's crazy. Fuck, time flies,
We've
man.
only gotten started.
We do.
Yeah. Oh well.
No,
I better take my shoes off. Oh shit.
I really just appreciate you going and getting that bin, Jonesy, and making this happen. You know what I mean?
Oh fucking right.
Yeah, for sure. I know, like, I got a hold of Twigs yesterday and made sure that this time, for sure, whenever I went over there, that someone was going to be there. Because the last couple times I
Right.
went over, it was like all locked up and I couldn't get in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to run a business here. Jeez. No.
All right. Yeah, it made it
but
happen.
yeah. No, I'm glad that could fucking happen. And fuck, I think is this the first successful podcast we've done from BC?
Yeah,
It is, yeah.
it is.
Fucking right, boys. It's high five.
Other than us zooming
like-
switch.
Yeah. Couple little what do you call it? Oh, the Zoom switches. Yeah. No, I thought you meant other than the fucking we did a couple Instagram lives.
Yeah, we went live on Instagram last week, and then the last time you were out there as well, we did for a bit.
Yeah, whenever I was in Vernon, I remember that well. You know what? Vernon right now is on fire. Like,
Yeah, that's
Literally.
I actually
Yo,
meant to
dog.
ask that.
my
Have you
boys.
seen any of the fires?
Yo, okay. No, not like with my own eyes, but we did see. I'll send you guys a picture after this. We did see on the ferry ride back. I saw I didn't see. Bully's own pointed it out. He's like, yo, I wonder if that's smoke because there was like some clouds kind of like coming over and shit. I'm like, yo, I think, man, it looks like smoke. But then once we kind of like turned in the boat and shit, we can see literally like where the smoke was coming from and over the mountain. But then like I've seen videos of shit, people flying over Kelowna, man. It's just like fucking smoke. Like it's crazy. You can see the orange from the fire and shit. But like, so Vernon's on fire. And then something I've been meaning to tell you guys is remember I said I was gonna go we were supposed to come back from the island and then we were gonna go to Kelowna and link up with DTG and Sidenet.
Right.
I messaged them and shit. I was like, yo, let's do it. And I said, yo, I know you guys got like fires and shit. So I mean, like if you don't think we should come, like we won't come. And he's like, man, just
Right.
come, man. Like whatever. He's like, it's all good. And then like 2 hours later, we see like notifications saying that like the highways to like Kelowna isn't fully on fire, but the highways to Kelowna are blocked off because of the fires and shit. So we can't go there.
Right.
So we're not gonna get to go there. But the thing is I don't know. He totally invited us to come. So I mean, next time it's happening.
Yeah.
That's kind of a shitty.
As if though,
shitty
you know what I
situation.
mean? Like, yeah,
Yeah, it sucks, but
it's
I mean,
like one of
whatever.
those. Yeah.
Well, I feel bad. I'm like, yo, I'm like, shit. I'm like, fucking, yeah, I want to come hang out, but like, are you okay and shit? Like, what?
Yeah. Right.
He made it seem like everything's all good, like to come out and shit. But like, even like Bully said, he's like, what if we go there and we get fucking stuck there and we can't leave, man? Like, fuck, like in some fire shit, like.
I'm sure you'd be able to leave, but like you might get caught up in like traffic or whatever.
Oh man, they literally the thing I saw there was like no entry on the road, like you just can't go there anymore.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah, like there's like turnaround
seen
points
it.
and shit.
Yeah.
Yo, actually, something else I wanted to say too was I was trying to say this earlier was that we went to Tofino, and on our way back from Tofino, when you drive to Tofino, once you get past a certain point, like if you get like west of Port Alberni, you just get on this highway, It's the 4, and it just like when you look on the maps and shit, it's just that one road. There's a couple little roads off of it, but they're all like kind of dead ends and like fucking like cottage roads and shit. But this one
Okay.
highway just fucking goes, and it goes like, man, it cuts down the side of this mountain and shit. Like you're literally like the mountain is like right here, and then you're on this like road, and then there's like a fucking cliff on this side, and you look, and it's just like water and fucking mountains and shit.
Oh,
But
that's
so
sick.
when we went there, we come through and we waited. We pulled up and we stopped for a sec at this construction shit. And these guys get out and start throwing the football around. And I look at Bully. I'm like, yo, you see these guys throwing the football? He's like, yep. I'm like, you know what that means, right? He's like, yep. I'm like, I think we're gonna be here for a while. He's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
waiting for a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. We're only there for like 10 minutes though, and we go through. We
Oh
go to
shit.
fucking. Yeah, man, it was perfect. So then we roll through, and he's like, yo, this construction's been here since the last time I was here, like 2 or 3 years ago. So we go through, we go to fucking Tofino, we do our thing, and we come back. And we come back to where the construction is, and we pull up, and there's a car in front of us. We're the second car. So we see this car pull up, and I see it, and I'm like, yo, is this a roadblock? Or like, what the fuck's going on? Like, so this guy comes up and he says something to the car in front of us. Then he walks up to us. I'm like, hey man, how's it going tonight? And he's like, and I could just see it in his body language. I'm like, oh, no good news here. He's like, well, I know I'm pretty good, but he's like, road's closed for the next hour. It's closed till 10. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, yeah,
Fuck
for real.
yeah.
It was 10 after 9. I'm like, man, are you serious? He goes, yeah, at 10 it'll be open. I'm like, holy fuck. So I get out of the car. I was smoking a cigarette. So I get out of the car because like Bully doesn't like the cigarettes, and we're just parked stationary. So anyways, I get out of the car and I'm standing there smoking, and this girl, the car right behind us, she gets out of the car, and she's like, "That's fucking stupid," and she's like kind of bitching and shit. And then she like looks like she's walking towards me, and then she like kind of turns around and walks away. And I'm like, "Yo, I think this girl wants a cigarette." I'm like, "She's gonna come up and ask me for a cigarette for sure."
Yeah.
So a little while later, she comes up to me. She's like, "This is fucking stupid." She's like, "Did you know about this?" I'm like, "I had no clue." I'm like, "I have no clue about any of this. Like, I'm not even from here."
Yeah.
She's like, "Me neither." But like, he said it was on the website. I'm like, I didn't even know there was a fucking website. Whatever. He's like, "Do you have a lighter?" And I'm like, "Yeah, for sure, yeah." She goes and she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "I need to smoke." I'm like, "Yeah." She goes and she pulls out this package, and it's like a fucking like weed store package. I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck?" I'm like, "Oh, this girl's gonna smoke." And she had like a couple, like she had her kids and shit with her. And she's like, "Yo," she's like, "I can't fucking sit here. Like, I gotta smoke." She pulls out this pack, man. It's like, it looks like a little pack of cigarettes. There's like 10 joints in it. She's like, "Here you go. You want one?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So like,
Was it
me and her
called
sitting.
Kiwi by chance or something like
I
that?
forget. My buddy had them before too. It's got like the little crown on them.
Right.
It's like a black filter tip. Like, it looks like a cigarette, but the filter tip's black, and it's got like a green
Totally.
crown on them. But
Okay.
no, so she's like, "Yeah, here, you want one?" I'm like, "Sure." So me and her are standing there smoking, then Bully gets out of the car and she's like, "Here, do you want one too?" And he's like, "No, I don't smoke cigarettes." She's like, "No, it's not cigarettes, it's weed." So we
Right.
all stand there, we smoke these joints, and we talk to this girl for a bit. So it turns out this girl's from Toronto, and fucking she's there with, like kids and shit. She used to live out here, go to school and stuff at the VIU.
Right.
But anyways, we end up talking to this girl for the fucking time we're chilling there and whatever. And then all of a sudden, like, "Hey, fuck, look at that! It's fucking time to go." Yeah. And
Yeah.
so it was just funny because it was just like a fucking
Hey,
little
hey.
scenario.
Yeah, for sure. Whenever you're traveling, there's always moments like that, you know what I mean? Where you're like waiting around and then fucking you kind of like connect with someone else that's in the same situation as you know what I mean? When I was out there for the festival, the day Eminem was performing, so the last day, we went super early, right? Like gates opened at 1. We were there at fucking 8 in the morning. And there was this father and son, and we didn't get talking to them for a little while, right? It was kind of the same thing, like definitely notice each other, but then like a few hours passed by and it was like get talking or whatever. And they were from around this area too. And the dad was like, "Yeah, my son really likes Eminem, so you know what I mean? I bought us tickets to come out here." And we were like, "That's fucking pretty sick of you to do." His kid was like 10 years old, maybe.
That's crazy.
He was young, and they were right up front with us, man, at the front of like a 70,000 person crowd after waiting 18 hours for Eminem to take the stage. And this kid was like, yeah, yeah, pretty cool. They were from like, I want to say like Hamilton or something, but it was like Ontario for sure. So we were all like, oh, no way. You know what I mean? Fucking, we're like almost doing the same thing. We're all here super early. Fucking, we're waiting. We're bored. You know what I mean? Kind of the same as you.
Make friends while you can.
Yeah, that's it, man. For sure.
Yeah, that was good though. Yeah, man. Like I said, we sat there for a bit, told her about like our last trip, told her about like what we did this trip. She told us about all the shit she did. And, like that was good.
Nice. Yeah. That's it, man. Like, and I find too, when you're traveling like that, you almost run into more people that are traveling than locals themselves.
Yeah.
Would you agree? Yeah. Like, I mean, obviously there's a lot of locals, but like when we were at the festival camping, it was like people from everywhere. And then there was like these I remember these two dudes on bikes, and they were just locals. They're like, yeah, we come here every year and just sneak onto the campgrounds for the festival and shit. It's like, fuck, that's pretty cool too. You know what I mean?
Want to say some shit? No. Just checking. What time are we now?
Love you too, bully. I don't know. Fuck, we're probably going for almost 3 hours now. Jonesy said it was like 2 hours and something. Shit.
Yeah, 2.5 hours. It's like almost 11 our time, I guess. It's probably still like earlier in the afternoon or evening in your place.
45. All right.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we can get out of here so you can enjoy your night, bro.
Oh, I'm going to bed. I've been up since like 3:45 this morning.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is the little man actually like not sleeping that well, or was it just like last night kind of thing?
No, well, he actually like he sleeps pretty good through the night. Like he goes to bed at like shortly after 8 o'clock most nights, and like he sleeps until probably like 1 or 2 in the morning, and then we have to feed him at like 2 in the morning, and then he goes right back to sleep till like, probably well whenever I wake up for work, usually is like around 4:15.
Well, that's right on track for his age for sure.
Yeah, but like I guess just the last couple mornings, like the beginning of the week, like I was upstairs with him, but then like I was getting woken up too much like through the night, and I'm like, hey, I need to
you gotta get your sleep.
Yeah, so but it turns out like I didn't get any more sleep than I would have anyways. But yeah, up at like 10 to 4, and it's 10 to 11 now, so it's been a long day, especially in this
no doubt, man.
Working in the 40-degree weather, it just takes it out of you.
Yeah. Oh fuck. I know what you mean. But hell yeah, man.
Go to beam?
Eh?
Just standing in the 40-degree weather will fucking take it out of you.
I know, right?
Damn right it will.
Saying.
I had a short day today, which I was pretty thankful for. And we took a siesta yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah. So like from 11 to 4, we went home, fucking chilled out, and then we went and worked again for a little bit. Cause well, fuck Jonesy, you know what it's like on top of the ladder. Imagine what it's like up on a fucking roof,
man.
buddy. Fucking hanging there.
I don't envy you whatsoever.
Oh, I bet, man. I've never sweat so much in my eyeballs ever.
That's the worst, dude.
Like if you think it
stings. It's not fun at all.
It stings, man. You're like hanging there trying to do something, and then you're like, oh fuck, my eyeballs, like. But hey, man, it's not. I don't know. The learning curve is worth it. It's cool.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm open for it.
The things we do for
anyways. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, boys.
So When you host Styles, what day do you come back?
On Monday. So next week we'll have Naya.
Yeah, right.
Here to come back from here.
Hell yeah. Well, right on, boys. We'll definitely make sure we get after the next one. Look at that glob.
Go enjoy that shatter.
Whew.
Yeah, we're gonna get smoky.
No doubt.
Any motherfucking way. Gang, baby. Fucking thanks to everybody tuning in. Thanks to you guys for making this happen. Fucking
Thank you.
Happy Friday. Gang.
Hey,
Done. No. That was a profit, baby.
I'm B Show.
I'm Jonesy.
And this is the 4G Audio Podcast. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Much
Again.
love, everyone.
Shout out, much love, all the way from fucking BC.
Hey.
We're gonna go fucking chatter from fucking Tornado Extracts. Shout out to the guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good